Let's get it. Let's get it. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 Spring Split South Asia Wildcard Regional Finals. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. This is Ocean Sharma right next to me, and yes, as I said, today we will be starting our journey of the finals.
Hey, we started off with 32 teams.
Yeah.
We came around at 16. Now is the main business. I mean, two teams.
Exactly.
You don't have to be like, with the prize pool something. Obviously, you get the prize pool, but the thing is, a part of the prize pool, the thing is you have to be in top 2. That's how close it has to be.
Exactly. We have been saying this since the group stages, but those were just the group stages. Now, stepping into the finals, that now is when it counts. Now is when the sort of performances the teams like MAKPEN put up, now you have to do that. Now you have to be in the top 2, otherwise you're going back home.
Yeah.
But let's have a look at the road ahead of this PMCO as well. That is the road to PMPL, ladies and gentlemen.
Now let's talk about this one. I mean, 2 slots from Wildcard South Asia, 3 from Nepal, 3 from Bangladesh, and 3 from Pakistan. I mean, those PMCOs are happening on their own specific timings. That's one thing. But if we talk about everything, that's getting constituted out here, it's like Wildcard South Asia teams have to fight against Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan in PMPL Season 3. So you have to be aware of their tactics as well. Just like we said, we started off with 32, now it's 16. And hey, you said MAKPEN, right? Talk about MAKPEN, talk about SEAL9. Like, so many big names are there, 2 to fill.
Exactly, just 2 names to be moving forward. So the competition, it is going to be pretty cutthroat just for the slots. But along with the slots, as Ocean mentioned, we do have prize money involved over here as well. And let's talk about the prize pool, ladies and gentlemen. That is $29,200 in total. That was for the entire PMCO, including the group stages as well. Now we are up to the final. So as you can see, the top 2 teams will be getting $3,900 and $2,300 respectively, and also they get the opportunity to move to the PMPL Season 3. But apart from that, the teams from 3rd to the 16th position, they will be getting some prize money for themselves, but that's all they will receive.
I mean, that is the only thing that they'll receive. Plus, the thing is, you can see if you are 3rd, 4th, 5th, it's like you can cheer up your teams that actually qualified because that they were putting up a good competition. You want them to put up a good. You want the trophy, be it of PMPL, right? You want the trophy to come to your region at the end, because that also kind of matters. And you can say, right? Yeah, we lost against a team, but that team represented our region. That team right now is giving really good competition, a tough competition. That can be one thing, but the thing is, it's gonna be a lot more for the points.
Exactly. So you have to earn points in every single game that you play, and here's the point system in front of us. First position will get you 15 points, second position gets you 12, third gets you 10. Points keep on dropping, 1 point for every single kill that you receive in game.
Exactly, 1 point, 1 kill, that always stays there. We've seen a few teams, going down, like 21 kills, 17 kills, and 13 kills and all those things. We have seen a few teams with just 3 kills, 4 kills, but, it matters at the end.
Exactly, all of that does matter. But talking about the teams themselves, let's have a look at the teams that have made it to these finals, ladies and gentlemen, before we start off with our matches. So here they are: LNDLegends, SEAL Esports, MAKPEN, OPMF Opex being the first 4.
You cannot have any favorite. I mean, all the teams are favorite. Team Bear, NRC, SEAL9, SDZ. Every team have had their chicken dinners, their best runs, their worst runs in the previous week. They have showcased incredible lineups. NoChance, SDMZ, WMG187. I mean, you cannot pick one team right now. That's how stacked this tournament, this regional final is going to be.
Exactly. And moving forward to the last 4 teams: XB Rangers, WGB2R, OPMF Esports, and DENO. They managed to make it and qualify for the finals. And as we were talking about, I mean, this is a good mixture of veteran teams, veteran squads, banners that we have seen before in tournaments, and new lads coming in, and it is going to be super exciting to watch everyone in action in these finals. But talking about the action, let's have a look at the schedule as well. It is going to be the same as it was in the group stages. So the 4 maps, we have Erangel, Sanhok, Miramar, and Erangel. Those are going to be the 4 maps that will be played, and this order is going to remain the same. But as we said, 5 days for the finals. 6 days were there for the group stages, but now it's going to be 5 days for the finals, 4 games every single day. That means 20 games in total.
I mean, that's one thing that we are looking forward to in all these things. But hey, talk about it. Who's going to get the first match? That's the speculation. That obviously I would want the audience to just write in the chat section with the hearts as well, because this is a new start for these 16 teams. Points have been reset to 0 for these teams. They start off with everything, and we know Max Legends will be favorite for everyone, for most of the players, for most of the audience out there, because back-to-back chicken dinners, showcasing good gameplay, topping the leaderboards previously as well. But now it's like second, first, like which place will they end up? And if there's any other team, which place will they end up? Second and third, what's going to be the difference? Till the final day, it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be a lot. But as Ocean said, who do you guys think is going to be the team that takes the first chicken dinner for themselves? Like, spam the name in the chat. And also, do not forget to support your favorite teams as well. Support your favorite individual players. That is going to motivate them. Because as we said, a quick reminder once again, just 2 slots. Just 2 out of 16, 2 teams move forward. 14 will be left behind.
Yeah, that's how close it's going to be. That's how the funnel has been created, and 2 filtrations are needed. And those, I mean, see, every team has seen like teams used previously. We have seen the likes of that team, NoChance, when they were out there in the PMW. But hey, we'll talk about all those things in the conversation. This is our flight path, as you can see, from the sides of Stalbert to Primorsk, Ferrypier, Query, Gatka, Hospital, Georgopol as well. I want to see, will any team, change their drop location right now? And right off the bat, I can see OPMF. Look at the split that they are having already.
The 4-man split drop coming in from OPMF in the very first game could be a little risky, but if it works out for them, I mean, kudos to them if they can make this work. But look at this. So Max Legends, they have decided to go on towards Severny area. SDMZ going for the Stalber Kamishki split drop. DENO and XB Rangers going towards this Gatka areas. Well, XB Rangers, they take a turn now heading towards the hospital. And DENO also has gone for a 4-man split.
I mean, that's good. And look at Opex as well. They are also going for a split for themselves. And I would say the circle is going to help them a lot. Talking about XB Rangers, the circle is going to help them a lot as well. SDZ taking control of the central area right now. That's for the map, and that is Pochinki, as you can see. But, well, right now, Max Legends, they'll be starting up from Severny. They obviously will have to come from the backsides of Georgopol. That sounds like a really good rotation for them. Seal 9 onto the northern side of Georgopol. That's also a good area for themselves. DENO, just like you said, they are on a split. OPMF on a split. So many split drops coming up already right from the bat, and that just showcases one thing, that these teams have studied everything, and now they understand that once you split, you get your individual loot, you get your individual areas, you get your individual vehicles, if you will, and you can, if someone wants to make it inside the circle, they can do it easily.
Well, they can do it easily, and it's going to be quite an interesting situation towards the later stages of the game as well, because now you are forced to think about those final open area fights straight from the early stages of the match, and it is going to be super, super interesting to see how the teams are going to cope up with it. So far, we have NoChance on our screens. They've managed to get themselves a good drop location. All the 4 players have managed to, well, in the early stages itself, they've managed to find some decent weapons. The vehicles are there, so I don't think there's going to be enough trouble for the team. We do have Kengzo, who has nothing on him right now, but he's running towards a house that we saw, and he's going to be able to get a good loot over there, I feel like. But now, DENO. So as we were talking about it, DENO went for a 4-man split drop. The first issue that arises right off the bat for them, it's going to be regrouping.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing. Talking about all the other teams, right? They have to regroup. There are a few players that have just dropped onto different locations for themselves. We're talking about MAKPEN. You can see Pelzang, Illusion, Momo just out here. Probably Master, Valeska or Pasta might be just one of the players that they are playing with. But, well, SDZ. Look at this. SDZ, 1 player's onto the houses, just looting onto the backside of Pochinki, whilst there were some other players, obviously, just trying to take the vehicle. That's the Hage and ICAM. They have vehicle for themselves. Mifshal also just looting up the area. So, like, the players are trying to find out good areas for themselves. But right now, if we just, talk about this, OPMF, this team, I mean, they were so split apart right from the start, and they have gotten their individual loots, but Dictator, now is the time when he's actually finding up guns. So finding guns was kind of a tricky affair for this individual. That's one thing that we can see. But once they have it, obviously they would love to go and look out for the fights.
Well, definitely. And you have to look out for those fights because if you're caught completely unaware in a situation, then it's going to be really troublesome for you to get out of it. But, I mean, it is going to be, I feel like, Ocean, this is going to be a repeat of the first game of Erangel we ever had in the South Asia wildcard group stages. Yeah, the slow start because teams are still going to try once again. In fact, they're once again going to try and figure out, have the other lad made some changes to their game plans? Yeah, that is going to be really important.
Yeah, I mean, that will be because, you know, just like you're saying, have the lads made the changes. That just means one thing, and that is changes on the rotations. That's the first thing that they would want to see. Because, see, gunfights is what every other player has to take it, like, no matter what happens. So, rotations might be one thing, and then probably player roles. I mean, entry fragger and supporter, like, are they rushing in together, or what's happening is supporter giving up a support from the other direction? What about the IGL and filter calls? Like, all those things kind of will be, you know, just changing up right now. How much synergy have they built up? Because, well, today is Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday is something that these players did get just to, you know, because they will be playing games. Obviously, they have to. They won't be, you know, shedding out time like that. So they will be playing games. So they will have to find out how much time do they get to build up the synergy even more and even better. Because kind of it matters. Obviously, a squad has, talk about Seal9. They have been playing since the previous PMCOs and well, Seal as well and all those teams, right? So they have their synergy. But when it comes down from one area, when you're, you know, climbing that ladder, you know that you are much more scared of falling down from the height. And that's kind of, you have to stick even harder. So that's the thing that these teams will be looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely. And along with that, I mean, the tactical aspect of the game does come into action, wherein you are going to be watching the demos of the other teams, studying their rotations, studying their patterns, studying their fighting pattern during those 4v4 collisions, and studying everything about them, even the individual players. So that takes a lot of time, and it is going to be, so as you mentioned, they just had 2 days to actually prep up. Is the preparation going to be enough to help them stick inside of the top 2 in the finals? And also, as we were talking about it, we did ask you guys, who do you think is going to get the chicken dinner in the game? Well, it is going to be really important to get a good start for yourself, because if you can manage to have a lead against the opposition right off the bat, right from game number 1, that puts you really far ahead in the competition. And if you can manage to keep that, I mean, imagine MAKPEN, they did not get a chicken dinner in any of the matches in the group stages, but they managed to keep themselves within the top 3. If they get a chicken dinner in this match and they still play like they did in the group stages, they finish in the top 3 in every single game, they are pretty much going to PMPL.
Again, the best example, Team Zeus. Last time in PMCO's finals, you remember it was just 1 slot? And Team Zeus, those 3 chicken dinners, like back-to-back consistency got them at the top position already, and no one was able to contest them. So right now, obviously it's 2 slots though for South Asia wildcard, so they have to be, you know, just good with everything, and they have to, like every team has to be consistent right from the bat. And another good example is going to be ASL. If you remember, Arab Slayers, when it was PMPL, obviously, you know, for PMGC, they had back-to-back 3 chicken dinners, and they were really consistent. They got the top position in PMPL. So consistency matters. Well, talking about Team Seal, they obviously are at the military base island right now. They have to make it inside the circle, and it's, by the looks of it, it sounds like that they can easily. And obviously, they will be inside the circle once they hit the bridge. So it's going to be a comfortable affair for them. But talk about SDMZ. Kameshki Stalber, like making inside the zone is going to be really tough.
Yeah, it is going to be tough for them, but I mean, the competition closest to them, that was the players of OPMF. They have vacated the city of Yasnaya Polyana, so SDMZ, they're going to have a pretty easy time crossing from Yasnaya all the way to school, but after school is when the trouble starts. How do you get inside the circle? If all the teams decide to play the center, considering it's an open area, if anyone looks back, they're going to see you on the edge, and you could be gate kept really hard. And the pressure is going to be on you, because once the circle moves away from you, then you have to worry about the blue zone. The damage from the blue zone is going to be taking your HP as well, plus the players gatekeeping you are going to be shooting at you. So it becomes a pretty chaotic scenario that builds up. SDMZ, they will have to figure out what is the easiest way for them to get inside the circle before the 3rd or the 4th circle arises. Otherwise, they're going to be in a lot of trouble if they decide to play the edges all along.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of is a thing, as we just are seeing with everything. But right now, as you can see, MAKPEN, yeah, the players, the teams, they are just, you know, moving up forward, and NoChance is pretty close to them. But the thing is, they're not going to be, you know, looking forward for a fight right now. And given the fact if NoChance wants those skills, or maybe MAKPEN wants those skills, they can over-aggress. But over-aggression in the first fight already might just be a bad chance for you. You can see the plane just running down, but hey, Pasta has been spotted down. Wilkins will take a shot. I mean, it just comes down to one thing, and that is, it's like taking one shot is good if your one shot hits, but if the second one doesn't hit, you will be giving out your location. So that kind of just changes a lot of things. But right now, XB Rangers, Junior YT, and the other players and the lads, you can see, just trying to figure out a good area for them. And by the looks of it, sounds like they have found out a good area where they're just parking their vehicles.
Well, definitely. And parking your vehicles is also important. I mean, you do not want to be caught off guard with someone from the high ground just taking out your tires. But Yaka has taken some damage. He was dropped down to around 50% HP. The team is going to be looking to get into a safer position now. Moving forward in this matchup, I mean, 10 minutes in already, no casualties at all. All 16 players, all 16 teams and 64 players, alive in this game still. But WMG Brad, he's going to be spotted out in the open, stuck behind a haystack. The shots come in, but he managed to get away. Pilzang dishing out absolutely no damage to his opponent, apart from the fact that he did damage the vehicle, but some other team is going to be able to take advantage of that. And unless, I mean, what are MAKPEN doing? Are they going for a hunt? No, they are moving to a different location themselves, and they're going to be planning to rotate further inside the circle. But talking about the circle itself, the absolute center of the circle has been taken over by the team in front of MAKPEN right now. That is XB Rangers.
Yeah, XB Rangers trying to have a good area, but look at this. MAKPEN sounds like they want to be a part of this fight or something. Illusion drops down, and Illusion actually drops down right now as he has been taken down by XB Rangers. Salah, then pass also goes down. All right, Belsang takes up fight, takes down two players in low HP. It's a 2v2 situation right now as Momo's coming up forward. Belsang needs to needs to put up HP bars onto himself. As you can see, his HP is really low. All right, so one more player has been spotted down. Yaka goes down. It's going to be a bad fight. As you can see, June is the last one surviving, but Momo putting up a first hit for his own self. Meanwhile, Pelzing is also low. It's going to be a 1v2 affair in this situation. As you can see, the fights are happening, but hey, Momo's getting shot down from behind as there's another team going to go for the backstab. This is really tricky. OPMF arrives as well. Third party already happening right from the start of this game, and right now the revives should be just coming in as it's a really tricky affair. XB Rangers, they need to revive. MAKPEN, they need to revive. The grenades, the throwables are going down onto the different locations. We'll have to see if they actually just come out on everything. Illusion, he needs a revive as well. The smoke is actually going to be out there. Meanwhile, Pelzang moves up forward. Can he actually take this fight onto him? Pasa and Pelzang, they want to go and take down one, but no. Pasa goes down by an Uzi, and Pasa is the first one to go down from the entire lobby.
Well, XB Rangers putting up a little bit of pressure on the players of MAKPEN. Illusion was knocked down. Now he's going to be revived. But Pelzang, look at this. He's charging in. He's trying to stop the revive, but that is not going to happen as he gets taken down. And it is going to be a troublesome situation. And also, ladies and gentlemen, the third party comes in. OPMF, they are here. We have Aksem on our screen. Scarl in hand has the information of two players from the side of MAKPEN. They have to get inside the house, they have to finish them off, but since it's a 2v4 situation, they are going to get an easy finish. The nade being tossed inside the house, it's going to dish out a lot of damage. Illusion and Momo in a lot of trouble. Look at this, Illusion's SP goes down. Momo has been knocked out. Illusion, the last man surviving. Oh, he takes down one, but I don't think he's going to take down any more. He gets finished off, and that is going to be the first team wipe of this matchup. MAKPEN being taken out.
MAKPEN gets eliminated, but now the show goes on, and OPMF really close to XB Rangers, and XB Rangers was left to 3-man squad, and that was done by MAKPEN as they got one kill. But now, is XB Rangers going to be a part of this fight? That's my question. Sounds like they're just, going on to the back end side. And if we just talk about this, well, both the teams gained something. Yeah. And the thing is, MAKPEN was kind of sandwiched in this situation as OPMF just came from the back right for a backstab, and now Podawai is just moving away from this area. Sounds like a really good plan, and look at this. The damage was done, and now it's time for rotations. That's what the team is doing. Well, OPMF enjoyed 2 kills, and XP Rangers enjoyed 2 kills out here. And by the looks of it, sounds like now is the time to get inside the next zone, as it's going to be coming up in less than 10 seconds.
Well, it is going to be arriving soon. OPMF right on the edge, so they're not going to have, too much trouble with getting inside the next circle. But I mean, it is quite unfortunate to see the team being taken out in such a way, because the fight could have gone either way up until it was the third party that was coming in. XP Rangers, I mean, alright, XP Rangers, I'm impressed with them, how they actually managed to just be patient, hold on to the situation, and let the players of MAKPEN step into the traps. Had they not done that, had MAKPEN also stayed back and avoided the collision the way they did it, they could have come out on top in that situation. But look at this. So the airdrop number 2 comes in, ladies and gentlemen, with the MK14, the demon with the 2 faces. 187 Esports on our screens right now. Did they just spot out the players of NoChance?
I mean, they tried to, and onto the back inside also, they know that there's a team right out there, so they have to be careful from all the directions. Right now, NoChance is moving up forward. Opex is on to the other side well. But the fight is with SDMZ, and right now, as you can see, Naim is trying to spot down and tell the locations by saying that there might be players onto that direction. Just be careful, because, you know, if someone takes you down from an off angle, it might just be a bad game for you. Meanwhile, Cocktail, he's just down right now. He is just waiting for the backup that's just arriving right from the other directions. But now the thing is, they can go for an easy backstab onto the team.
Yeah, they can go for a backstab, but look at how bad of a situation 187 is in. So they have SDMZ behind them and they have NoChance in front of them. As soon as 187 decide to fire some shots, their position is going to be revealed, and there is a high chance that they're going to be picked off. They're going to be, well, charged upon by both these teams, that they will have no escape options. Apart from the fact that the only thing that works out in the favor of 187 is the fact that there's this river between them and SDMZ, so they can potentially deal with NoChance and then create an opening for themselves. But yes, we did see a shot coming in, a Car 98 shot coming in on one of the players of OPMF. But look at this. So this fight has broken out. 187 Naim has actually knocked out Kazi from the side of NoChance.
Well, it always happens, right, when we talk about the situations and the things out here. So that's one thing that just happened. SDMZ, meanwhile, Psycho is on to the other direction, and 187 Napo, or just trying to, you know, build up a good area for himself and a good condition. And right now, the thing that they understand is they have to get inside the circle. Again, the zone is where you'll have to, you know, time your fights with and against. But Naim goes down as he gets spotted right onto the rotation. Meanwhile, NoChance as well, just trying to get inside the circle. Cocktail, well, his buggy's tires were burst down, so he called for backup. That just arrived, and now they're going to be moving up against, again, Kazi just putting up those healings and bandages and everything, but 187. They are stuck badly now.
Yeah, they are stuck in a really bad situation. They're going to have to fall in inside the circle, and SDMZ is going to wait for them. NoChance. They have gone for a wide rotation. They're going to try and potentially flank this team and pick off a few points from for themselves over here as well. But XB Rangers themselves in some trouble as they come across MaxLegends and Team Bear getting, getting sandwiched between these two. But look at this. Bear, this is going to be a bad spot for them to be in, and they're going to get slashed and diced as the players from Opex step behind them. Unknown. Really good movement from the lad behind the tree, just jiggling in and out behind cover, taking down. Now, Sanhok is the last man surviving, takes the nade to the face and is going to be blown to bits and pieces. I don't think he realized what hit him.
Actually, that just changes everything. But look at MaxLegends. They were ready to capitalize, sounds like it.
Also, that was a running nade from Marco. He was going
Marco was just running for his teammate, and he was like, let's just put up a nade in the smoke and let's see if it does some damage. And it actually does a lot of damage. I mean, eliminating a team entirely with the last player just going down. But now MaxLegends, well, they are out here. Sounds like they are also throwing the grenades of their own. Jay was just out in this area, and now Summit also just trying. But meanwhile, Opex, the players have to move forward. Oh, Unknown is on low HP right now. The first hits are being popped up by that individual as well. And Marco, he has much more chances of those grenades if he can just go for this one, as he did put down his own grenade. But that just did a bit of a damage to Jay, Dilla, and Summit, and not a lot. But sounds like a cluster is being formed. You can see Team Z, Team Seal just going on. DENO's just out here. WMG. B2 are taking a fight against DENO. So much of a cluster slowly and steadily just going down.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge cluster on these on the southeastern side of the circle, and it is going to be quite interesting to see how the teams actually decide to move in. But NoChance, their engagement is still not over. 187 being put under a lot of pressure, and the pressure is what they will succumb to. Ladies and gentlemen, 187 taking an exit from this match. We are down to 12 teams, 44 players surviving. OPMF, could they be the next? They are taking a lot of damage from the players of WMG, and you can see the fight happening close to the center of the circle, where there are the players of OPMF. There's Team Seal, there's Seal 9 over there. But it is going to be an interesting situation to see how the team is going to make their way in. Oh my lord. So Born to Rush in a troublesome situation as just one player survives now. Nisal is the last man surviving, and he's heading into the direction of the players of NRC. He's going to be finished off, and Born to Rush, they're not going to rush anywhere now. They get eliminated.
I mean, that's one thing for sure. But as you can see, 11 teams are surviving, 36 players are alive. Samita going out with a grenade of her own. But right now, the only important thing that these players have to see is that they are three-man squad. So they have to, you know, just calculate everything in those decisions by themselves. Well, they did make it inside the circle, but the circle ran away. 230 meters outside the circle is where they are right now. They have to just touch the edge of the circle and they will be safe after like 40 seconds because the zone's going to just rush in. Opex is onto the SI team. DENO as well. WMG Sengi. He has a good house for himself, but the thing is, he's all alone in that house. That's one thing. He needs a backup. He does have one player surviving, but well, might just be on and around the area. So that's one thing. I mean, if a team wants to rush and get a hold of that house, it will be a good area, and might as well they get some few kills. But well, it's still a risky affair because Team DENO on one side, Opex on the other side. Rushing in the open might just be a challenge, a big challenge. But hey, Jay does spot down one. Salty on really low HP.
Yeah, he brings him down really low, but fails to get a knock on the team that was, as you said, out in the open. Being in the open is a troublesome situation. Look at this. So MaxLegends, they charge in to get it, spot out a few players. And I think they're heading, looking to go inside the circle right now. But they charge in inside a cluster. So NRC could put a lot of pressure on them. Plus the players of WMG, they have a house. Team Seal is there as well. And MaxLegends, they just passed by everyone without taking a lot. Well, I was going to say some damage on them, but Samita and another lad from the side of MaxLegends has been finished off. And it's just one player. So we have three players from the team still surviving.
Well, one did go down really
a little bit early. Now it's just Jay and
so it was just one player just going down. But hey, Jay's on low HP as well. Aladdin and Jay still surviving out in this location. But NRC, talk about this. They have a good high area for themselves. And the first circle's curveball is also really big. Like, it still has a water area inside of it. So that's just brilliant with this circle. Talk about Opex. Well, they're also losing players. NoChance gets eliminated on the 10th position with the 4 kills for themselves. Team Seal trying to have a good area. And sounds like it that they do have a really good area. They have a good cover as well of this one vehicle, but look at NRC. Hazin needs a revive. Amar will do that. Srishti on the other side, the thing is the HP is slowly and steadily increasing. Alright, so now they have a good HP for themselves. But Opex, Marco, he's really close to WMG's 2 players, but Marco, like, is he giving up footsteps? That's the most important thing that the players have to do. Plus, it's still a gamble. Will you go to rush on him? That's a big gamble.
That is going to be a big gamble. And as you said, I mean, the main thing is Marco moving at all? Because if he gives up footsteps, then I think a 2v1 rush might come in. But if he doesn't, then there is potential for WMG to go into that house unsuspecting that there might be an opponent there and them getting taken out. Just, well, the element of surprise playing in his favor. But now it is Seal9 taking on the players of DENO, who are trying to get further in the circle, but they are being stopped well by Seal9.
Sengi takes down Marco. We were talking about the grenades, and grenade happened on Marco, and well, Sengi does take him down. Right now, Salty, he would have spotted down Amar just because of a few, you know, the ridge glitch moment or something. Well, that would have happened, but right now, Zine has been spotted down as well onto the other side, and Salty still trying to take up a fight onto themselves. The thing is, this guy needs a helmet, otherwise it might just be a bad thing for him. But DENO goes down by Seal9's draw. He knows that the Seal9 is arriving from one direction, and well, he has to get inside the circle. The zone is being held by them. He's using a DBS. Is Salty a bit salty right now? That's my question, because DBS might as well be the gun that they actually need in the situation. They're using a Molotov, and Seal9 has a good dip for themselves, and that too at the edge of the circle. But Team DENO, will they rush in?
Well, that is going to be a big question, and that is something that they actually need to do, because if they fail to do that, then the blue zone is going to come in. They're going to take a lot of damage from that in the next 10 seconds, and, well, Seal9 is going to have a clear advantage in the fight if it breaks out. Also, the pressure from NRC. Oh, NRC, they spot out Enki. Amar does... Well, is he going to be able to take him out? Commits a full magazine of the M4 with the 3X, and Enki just managed to survive.
Well, Inky does manage to survive. I'm talking about Seal9 SDMZ. He is also surviving all on his own. You can see the smokes being popped up. You can see the guy trying to be there as much as he can. But now Team DENO, they are just moving up forward. Salty has a DBS, takes down one. That was brilliant DBS action. But no, he goes down as well. Now, Team DENO, they'll have to see what can they do as Senior is onto the other side. Might as well take down Lee. But hey, Lee gets spotted down. And yes, he goes down. And now Team DENO, Ghosty surviving as the last one. Not anymore. S9 eliminates them, but onto the other side, Team Seal is also going down by NRC. S9 was taking up a fight, but Team Seal is in a bit of a pickle. Wally also goes down as NRC is on the roll. We have 4 teams surviving. SDZ, Seal9, SDMZ and NRC. This is the first game of regional finals, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the momentum starts, and this is where the teams are looking forward to be the good and the best out for the first game.
Exactly. This is where you establish your sims. 4 teams, 13 players still alive. SDMZ Array is going to be taken down. He has been knocked out. He can be finished off as well. 1 nade from Inky and Array is going to be finished off. Then it's going to be just 1 player from the side of SDMZ. That's going to be Jelly, who's going to be left alive. But we have NRC with 6 kills, 3 players. Seal9 Myunke is going to be taken down by Halzin from the side of NRC, who are trying to take the high ground away from Seal9. SDMZ Zelly, just has a haystack in front of him. Whoa. And the players of SDZ in front.
Look at every direction is where he can get caught off from. That's one of the most important things that he has to just look towards to 360-degree directions. That's one of the most important things as well. S9 Roy still has to spot someone. Senior is just moving up forward slowly and steadily. Inky as well. All the 3 players are out. They did lose Munke, but hey, 4 kills is what I'll take, and I would want to take even more. That's what they are thinking of right now. But if we talk about the other teams, you can see SDMC. Jelly's the last one surviving. Spots 1 shot, 1 takes 1 down. Will continue with the spray, and yes, the damage has been done. He gets spotted, but he did break the game of the opponents, and that's what SDZ finally realizes. The target does finish him. Now SDC, they have a decent number of kills for themselves. NRC, they did lose 1 player for themselves, but now they have to spot down SDZ, and by the looks of it, sounds like they can, and they might as well go for a spray. Oh, they did spot someone. Are they taking the shots onto the legs? Because they did spot someone, but no. We are down to 3 teams right now.
Well, definitely 3 teams surviving, and the winner chicken dinner forecast is quite close to all of them. It's going to be a close and a tough finish, so 35% for NRC, 34% for SDZ, and 31% for the players of Seal9. Once Seal9 actually get inside the circle and heal up, then the percentages are going to be even closer. So basically, it's like a 33.33% for everyone right now. And since all the teams are down to equal number of players, it's going to be even more interesting. So 3 teams, 9 players.
Whoa, but look at this. A few players might as well just go down, as NRC has been spotted by SDZ. And by the looks of it, they want to keep your crosses out there. But hey, they did spot 1. Pablo's out there. Can Pablo actually be the gangster that he wants to be out in this one land of Erangel? No, he does not. He goes down right now. The Molly will do the rest onto him. NRC's 2 other players, they are still onto the other side. SDZ, they are looking really good, really brilliant, but no sniping goes down, as we were just talking about it. S9, meanwhile, gets the 5th kill for themselves, a team. Not the player, though, but Roy's moving up forward, does not have a whisk. Still wants to move up. Mifshal is the last one surviving, but for how long can he survive? That's one of the most important things. He goes down. This is going to be a 3v2 affair, along in the favor of Seal9, probably because they have a higher ground for themselves. Can they spot on those 2 players of NRC? But looks of it, Inky wants to go with the throwables. If he can actually take him down, but Inky, the damage has been done on him as well. But he does not want to stop. Hazin, will he go down? Another throwable was thrown down onto him, but it was a bit onto the lower side and undercooked. Sounds like it. Seal9 is looking brilliant, as they might as well win the first game. History might repeat itself, as they won the first game in the previous PMCO's matches, the previous week, as we just talked about. Will NRC break that chain, or will they not? That's the most important thing. The circle is favoring NRC. But if you talk about everything, the player numbers is favoring Seal9. Roy might just go for a really good flank. If Roy wants to go for the Senior, puts up a first aid, sits in the buggy, wants to rush in or something. Yes, Senior is making up that flank angle against the players, but hey, it's going to be a 1v1 affair right now, Senior and Haseen. But Haseen goes on from the off angle. Brilliantly done. There it is. Seal9 gets the first game.
Well, they seal themselves a chicken dinner with the way they anchored down to that high ground, and it was the thing that led them to the victory. NRC absolutely finding no way to stop them, and we have this. Starting things off with a chicken dinner, ladies and gentlemen. 23 points coming in total with 8 kills.
Seal9 did this previously. The previous week, first game, Seal9 got the chicken dinner. You remember that, right? So it's the same thing. Seal9 knows that making your momentum right off the bat is the most important thing you have to do by any way, means, form. They had the players, they had the area, plus Senior, he ran in with the buggy, created an off angle, and everyone from NRC was looking at him while the other players were shooting it.
They expected the rest of the lads from the team to follow him. They expected the entire squad to come down, but no. Senior was just a bait, and that's what he intended to do. He intended to pull the attention. He did not care if he was taken down. He trusted his teammates, and that allowed them the opportunity to finish off NRC without any risk. And it was quite impressive what this team performed. But I would like to see, how the other teams did as well.
Yeah, that's true. We would, but I want to see who the MVP is in this one, right? Because that one individual. Yeah. Let's just start with the MVP, NRC. So, 4 kills, 823 damage. Look at this, 300 healing done. So now is where you can see, you will get damaged for sure. That's what the regional finals been right now.
Everyone is getting serious. Everyone is pretty deadly in these collisions, and I mean it wasn't an easy task for NRC as well. So NRC, they were holding that shoreline, the beach, for a really long time, and they did pretty well for themselves, managing to pick off any team that came in their way. But it was the fact that Team CL9, they in a sense got lucky that the circle was on them, because had the circle gone in the favor of NRC, they would have straight away climbed up to the mountain that we saw DENO actually hold, not DENO, sorry, the players of WMG sort of hold for themselves, and then it would be an opposite situation. Well, C9 would be fighting an uphill battle. But now let's move forward from the MVP and have a look at the top players of this matchup.
Yeah, we talk about this. Hazeen is out here with 4 kills. Mako, 4 kills as well. I mean, I remember the grenade that Opex actually. And CL9 Inky with 2 kills for themselves, but 722 damage. Will the damage numbers do come out in Inky's favor? We talk about the 720. It's a good damage. Plus, obviously, the survival time as well. NRC and CL9, those were the two teams surviving till the end. So yeah, that's one thing. Opex, Mako, had there had been a bit more survival time, the guys and the team could have done wonders.
So Marco's nade was actually pretty impressive, because he was strafing to his right, trying to go over his
for
teammate.
The revivals,
yeah, exactly. His intention was, I'll throw a nade, push them back, and then go for the revive, and then we're going to take the firefight. Throws the nade, the entire team goes away, and he's like, oh, that works.
And then it's like, yeah, I did that.
that was calculated, that was intentional.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant the way it was. But still, if you just, talk about these players did good. But, what's even better in that is going to be, I would say, the way the players actually just, gave themselves the edge in different scenarios.
Exactly, and how the players actually put some impressive numbers on the board. I mean, we're going to see that in the match summary, ladies and gentlemen. And here it is, talking about impressive numbers. So highest kills in the game was 4, coming to Marco. Then we have SDZ's Mifsol with the longest distance kill at 265 meters. We have NRC's Susti with highest damage, 823. CL9's Senior and CL9's Inky are going to be there with the longest distance traveled and maximum assist coming in for the lads.
Yeah, I mean, all the players have done good for themselves, talking about SDC, NRC, CL9, and Opex as well. So these are the teams that are just out here, and the players, you can see Senior, Inky from one team, Mifshal. Obviously, the guy has done good previously as well, Sushi as well, and obviously Marco, we talked about this. But, as we just saw all these and all the movements that were happening, I would say Circle played one of the most crucial roles. Obviously, it does every time. But now, Circle taking everyone to the shorelines to take up the fight, that's brilliant.
I mean, that was brilliant, and it was sort of a really pleasant surprise for us as commentators and the viewers. Hey, that is what made the game more fun for us to watch, because most of the teams expected the circle to be towards the open area, towards Gatka side, but then it kept on moving towards that western shoreline, and there was just one team that anticipated that. It was NRC, who actually were planning to go to the shore, and their original plan was to go from the west, and they expected everyone to be coming in either from the east, south, or the northern part. Absolutely no one goes for the west to the east rotation if you are going for those Gatka circles, and they just anticipated on that. But as fate would have it, the circle would just keep on dropping on them up until the very last fight, and well, they made sure the position points were theirs.
Yeah, I mean, what's easy in this one is you can, spot your opponents. But what's difficult is even if you knock them down, the rush cannot happen. So that's how it is, because there was one open road in between, there's one hill onto the other side, one ridge onto this side, plus two teams are fighting at this ridge, two teams are fighting at that ridge, and they are fighting onto you, not to themselves. That's one thing. If you rush on one team, the other team, and your team is going to take you down. So the things like these were changing the games dynamically.
And I think the perfect example for this is going to be what happened to the team of MaxLegends, who tried to rush into the position that NRC was already holding without even checking how many teams were there. they just drove in face first, and well, they were picked off a few seconds later.
Talk about MAKPEN, the first fight that they were doing.
Yes.
They took 2 players down from XB Rangers, and then OPMF just comes from the back end side, takes him down, and they were not. So they were ready for the fight that was happening right in front of them. They were not ready for a backstab at that moment, and that kind of just changed everything for the team.
Yeah, it changed everything for the team in terms like they were the first ones to be eliminated. And it is going to be quite interesting to see, can they recover? Because Ocean, you and I, we talked about this during the group stages as well. 2 slots, and what I'm saying is, we have talked about this. The teams that do really well in the group stages, they
falter.
Time and time again, they seem to mess up during the finals.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few teams that did good in this one as well. Seal9, I mean, a good example. They got the first chicken, and they're also here also. But Max Legends did go down. NoChance went down.
Bear went down.
Talk about MAKPEN, they went down. So if you talk about this one, like these teams were in top 5, top 7, all those things. And right now, the first game, 16. So they need one good comeback day or a comeback game. Probably the next one should be their comeback game, just so that in the overall standing, they can showcase themselves in top 3 somehow. Top 3, top 3, top 3. Tomorrow top 2, stay in top 2.
Exactly. I mean, as long as the difference between you and the teams in the top 2 is not more than, I feel like more than 15-20 points, you're in a comfortable position, and you can say, all right, we still have a chance of qualifying and making it into PMPL South Asia Season 3. But if that does not happen, then there's going to be trouble. If right off the bat we see, like after today, if we see a difference of more than 30 points, so if we see a difference of, say, 20-25 points between the team on the 2nd position and team on the 3rd position, then the gap is there.
So in the last week, what used to happen is, Group A and B are playing, C and D are not playing one day, right? Then A and C are playing probably sometime else. And the thing is, their matches are increasing, but their points are also they were trying to increase. But not every team is playing, so it's just you have to do everything against these teams for all these days.
Exactly. Let's have a look at the standings of this game and see how things are going to be starting out as far as the point distribution is concerned. So it is 20 points to NRC. Then we have SDZ on 17. So yeah, definitely. First game, it's still a comfortable position. But as the matches keep on going, as we hit the last Erangel, after the last Erangel, we're going to have a much clearer picture.
Yeah, it's still a decent one. Like, teams can actually just go for a comeback, and that is because no team, like the Chicken Dinner team, did not get like humongous amount of kills, like a double digit or something, right? Yeah. So teams can go for a comeback, if anything. We talk about 187, well, they did not get anything. They obviously need to go for a good start. Because suppose if 187 gets a Chicken in the next game, what they do is, with 10 kills, suppose it's like 25 points for themselves, that's still contest in the top 3 for the next game, probably.
Exactly. But now let's move forward and have a look at the OPPO moments of this match, and we're going to keep on talking about how things could have changed and how fights could have gone the way they didn't. So starting things off, I mean, right off the bat, with the collision of MAKPEN, as Ocean also pointed out. The fact was, like, there were a couple of things. First of all, absolutely no reason to rush in on the players of XB Rangers like this, because, well, you do not know if you're going to get third-partied. And then, as fate would have it, they do get third-partied by OPMF. They fully committed 100% to the fight against XB Rangers without having a backup.
Yeah, and now talk about the grenade that just happened to happen, that ended it. Out here, look at this. Saw goes down, the team goes down, Team Bear gets eliminated. So, the things about all these fights is, and look at the Salty's DBS. I mean, that kind of, just was in a really good hands, if I just want to talk about it. But Team DENO did go down, and that was because Seal9 was looking really good for the fights. They did spot everyone in every direction, and Ghosty, he did not have like a proper cover for himself. We talk about Ghosty. So that cover kind of, just changed everything. But talk about all the other fights. Team Seal did go down. Jelly got the best of 1 kill, and he wanted that right now. Just get him 1 extra placement point, 1 extra kill point, sorry. And that's one thing that he actually got. But this was the last fight when it happened. And so see, well, he was spotted onto the other side, and he went down.
Well, definitely, and well, it is going to be quite interesting as we have been talking about this comebacks. We want to see comebacks. We want to see comebacks throughout the day. And imagine, I mean, we talked about Bear, MAKPEN, Team Seal, all of these teams, 187 being taken out earlier on. What if these teams are the teams in the top 4 in the next game, and the top 4 are the ones sitting in the bottom 4?
I mean, probably, see, we can speculate. We can, make out the markings that this might happen, that might not happen, but things just change.
Exactly, things change, but let's have a look at the damage histogram, and I would like to see how the fights actually did go down, because even with the teams that were eliminated earlier on the match, we do see 633, 871 damage coming in from these lads.
Talk about 187 Esports, 323 damage and no kills for themselves. So, things kind of, but hey, DENO.
Well, 1,000 damage and 1 kill. So this all comes down to the what you like to say, the concept of good fights and bad fights. If you're giving out 1,000 damage and you just get 1 kill, that means that was a really bad fight for you.
Yeah, that was not a good fight at all. That just means that straight up. We're talking about the teams in top 4, make it top 5, like till Team Seal. Like those teams had really good fights for themselves. It's just that when the circle gets faster, when you are closer to your opponents, then obviously you have to get a hold of your surroundings and everything else. Like
exactly. Getting a hold of your surroundings is really, really crucial. Controlling your surroundings and controlling the situation that you are in is what this game is all about. And with that, I mean, the next match also is going to be super interesting, because now Sanhok has a lot more to offer.
Exactly. It has a lot more to offer when we talk about offering in terms of the fast-paced fights, and probably the boot camp contestation, if that happens, Paradise Resort, Painan, and all those things, and obviously the water rotations if a team does go for that one. So those things kind of just might as well just change a lot of things in the momentum of players.
Exactly. A lot of things can shift, and talking about momentum, right now, this was just game number 1. I think proper momentum for the teams is going to be established by the end of today, and then we are going to see they're going to pick it up tomorrow. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very short break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with match number 2 after this. Hello everyone, once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 Spring Split South Asia Wildcard Region. My name is One Super Johnny John, joined by Ocean Sharma right next to me. And now in these finals, it is time for us to step into match number 2 of day number 1, and the map is going to be Sanhok.
Exactly. We talk about Sanhok and you know what comes with it. We were talking about in the previous after the previous games segment as well. You know, the fast-paced fights that will be happening, and obviously the change of probably QBZ, QBU if you want to use that, utilize those weapons for yourself. But if you talk about Sanhok, I want to see which team from 9 to 16 just tries to make up in the top 3 in this one, top 3 overall, and maybe top 3 in this particular game standings, because things will change. It's like it's not the fact that only top 3 teams that were in the previous game, they will try to stay there. I mean, things will change. Every team knows that those 2 slots are really important, and we have to emphasize on those back to back, because that is what everyone is here for.
Exactly. All the 16 teams, they are here to compete for those 2 slots, which will be moving forward from the PMCO to PMPL South Asia Season 3. And as we were saying, I mean, comeback is something that we are expecting. So let's see how this game is going to go about, as the match is live and the trajectory of the plane is in front of us.
So starting from the backside of Camp Alpha till Bhan Lakavi is where we are going right now. Camp Bravo, Paradise Resort, Boot Camp, good area. Square as well. Fine, and if a team wants to go there, they can go. Ruins, it just might be a good area. I mean, we have seen a few circles onto the sides of Ruins as well as the teams would want to go there. But right now, if we just talk about this one, well, team DENO has already dropped down OPMF as well. Max Legends, I want to see where this team actually goes for this particular game. And obviously, MAKPEN, how do they rotate for this particular game? Because previous game, gunfight was on point. But hey, gunfight is not everything that just takes you, be it any map.
Yeah.
You got to focus on the rotations. You got to focus and be open with the surroundings as well.
Yeah, exactly. You have to adapt to how things are going to happen in this game. But as you said, I mean, gunfights, they are going to be important, but not as important as people consider them. I mean, only in the final, if you make it inside of the top 5 and you have amazing gun skills, then it's impressive. But if you are getting those kills earlier on in the matchup and you get finished off outside of the top 7, you finish 8, you have 8 kills, well, your points are still not going to be good enough to actually challenge the teams on the top. Yeah. But this map of Sanhok Ocean, it's quite interesting, because now, I mean, we have teams going on all the major locations, but the first blood has been drawn within a minute and 30 seconds of the match starting.
Talk about this, the first blood was done by 187, that too against MAKPEN. Yeah. And talking about 187, they did not have any kill in the previous game. Talk about MAKPEN, they had a bad performance in the previous game. So both the teams, like, they wanted to change something, and it sounds like that the players did collide to each other right from the bat, and that kind of just, changed a bit of the things for themselves. We're talking about Team DENO. Fantastic is just out here. Again, just trying to spot someone if he can, just trying to look through all the areas right now. Fantastic is just going on to the back end side again. Just trying to spot down and, well, picking up his loot. He knows XB Rangers are just out here onto the other side, but all he can do is just wait patiently. I mean, one player cannot, just try and rule the game. He will be needing a good adequate backup, but as of now, all he's trying is just dishing out his time.
Well, definitely, and he's going to have to try and buy himself as much time as possible, since he's all alone over here. And we do see one of the teams coming in, one of the players, in fact, from the other teams coming in from the rest. So if DENO Fantastic gets spotted out, he's going to be in a really bad situation. And he looks back. It is the team of XB Rangers that were heading in his direction, but since no shots have been fired. All right, so DENO Fantastic, I think he has spotted out 1 or 2 individual lads, and I think it's Porter who has been spotted out, since he is the first man in the line who's going to be charging in and coming in collision with Fantastic. Needs to be extra careful.
Yeah, and that's what he's trying to be. Like, you can see him just being a bit careful onto his own self and just, trying to buy out good time for himself if he can. But as of now, it's still kind of a thing. It's still kind of a thing. Can he just, take up this fight against him or not, as he's just slowly and steadily just trying to go for this one. But now, as Fantastic just moving on to the back end side, he did try to dish out a bit of a damage, but he also realizes he does not have a helmet. One good shot to him might as well just be a bad news for him and his teammates. So he has to just do something. Ghosty, meanwhile, just trying to dish out damage from this other direction onto the players of XB Rangers. So if we talk about XB Rangers, they do know that there is some danger right next to them. But they also would not want to, just be a part of this fight. We saw one player go down in the entire lobby. That was from MAKPEN, and that too by 187. But no one else would want to aggress. Not right now.
Well, definitely. None of these teams want to aggress right now, because XB Rangers now, they are going to be aware of the fact that just because their positions are compromised, it gives potential for the team of DENO to get into a better position and then pick them off from that better position. They're just going to get that one kill on Fantastic, and then the potentially the entire team could be wiped out. But look at this. So Born to Rush Nisal in a really bad position comes face to face against the entire squad of WMG. There's not much distance between these lads. Brad, he's giving away a lot of footsteps. Nisal has a barrel in his hand, goes for the shots, but well, he dishes out a little bit of damage, but he's going to be picked off. And, well, not a start for the team that they wanted.
Well, the bad news was he dished out a lot of bullets, and when the push actually came onto him, he was trying to either switch the guns or go for the reload, and that kind of, it just changes the things. Now, B2R, they lost one, but hey, NoChance! Fantastic! Does the damage. He takes down Kazi into this one, and he gets himself into the cover as well. So talking about fantastic, well, he is actually a magnet for the teams. Previously it was XB Rangers, now it's NoChance that's actually really close to him, so he needs to take those fights. But Salty is also moving forward to the aid of his teammates, slowly and steadily just going up. B2R, meanwhile, they it sounds like that they have a good area for themselves, and now as you can see the circle, it still constitutes those three river areas along its own side, so the circle might just show us a really drastic shift. Not right now, well, slowly and steadily, but talking about NRC, talking about 187, they still have to make it inside the zone. Talking about SDMZ, they have to make it inside the zone. Meanwhile, every other team is in the circle, so they don't have to worry about anything. That sounds like a good thing for themselves. But hey, if we just look onto these areas, and if we just, see through all the fights, OPMF is looking really good.
Yeah, they are looking really good, and it is going to be quite interesting to see how things, how they make things even better for them. Well, talking about better things, we do have the Groza coming in, ladies and gentlemen. The first airdrop itself, and this is a weapon that can do wonders on this map.
Use it with a suppressor, just, you know it. If you know the business, you will be the main businessman out here. That's the most important thing. But this arrived right next to what? Ruins' area. So if we just talk about Ruins, yeah, sounds like a good area for its own self. But there was no one onto that one as long as we just saw it. So that's one thing. But right now, SDMZ, the players still moving up forward. Psycho Sam just out here. Array is also out there onto the Jelly alongside Jelly. But now, as you can see, S10 is moving up forward. Team DENO's onto the other side. Well. This might be bad or good for someone, because DENO, again, it's Team DENO that's being a magnet for the opponents, as they are, just asking the crowd to be a part of their own party in the fights. But now we talk about S9, the team that got the chicken dinner in the very first game, might as well be on for the change. Look at Ghosty. Look at Ghosty and his Vector. Look at him. He knows someone's going to peek. He knows someone's ready to peek, and he has his crosshairs there. And Salty as well, just moving up forward slowly and steadily.
Well, they have the crosshairs placed, and oh no!
Dude,
timing.
A bit late.
As soon as he moved his crosshair elsewhere, and Munke was like, all right, now's the time.
Well, his location has been compromised. Ghosty's location has been compromised. He gets spotted down. Well, he goes down right now. Seal 9 again in charge of the fights as they were in the previous game. They got the first kill for themselves as Baron ends down. Well, this is Team Seal on to the other side. They are taking fight against SDMZ. But talking about Team Seal 9, DENO, Salty and fantastic. Look at Salty. He's a good snake.
Yeah.
He's a good snake. I want to see if he bites or not as Roy is moving up forward. Roy is just out there. Well, they don't know the grenades and he bites. He bites badly. He goes back as well as he gets spotted by Senior right now.
Well, Senior, he's going to try and get this fight back in his team's favor. Salty has actually put Seal9 in some trouble right now, since there's going to be no revive coming in. Oh, he spots out Senior, quite exposed, but Senior, oh man, the game sense of this lad goes behind cover before Salty had the opportunity to take the shots.
He just started, like, the spidey senses did tingle at that moment. Well, Team DENO, what's going to happen as they are looking really good, but Troy has been taken down. I mean, he needs a revive, and that will be coming up in a while, probably. By the looks of it, it sounds like it. And now the smokes are being, thrown down just against it. Well, Team DENO, they did do the damage, and they did lose one player, though. And now it's time to just, get away from this fight. Sounds like a good decision by the players. But if you talk about Seal 9, all the players are still surviving, and they have one kill for themselves.
Well, definitely, and it is going to be a comfortable situation, but it is a three-man squad that remains now. So how far can they take this? That is going to be a really, really big question for the squad, and how do they approach those future fights? But switching things over to SDMZ, and they are in a pretty comfortable position. They're inside the circle right now, have a few houses to themselves. And if SDMZ again manage to get themselves in the center of the circle, well, they could be in a really good spot moving forward. But It feels like the way SDMZ entered these huts, Team Bear is going to be aware of where this team exactly is. And that can spell some trouble.
That can definitely, spell some trouble. And talking about trouble, it might just be a part of this game in the upcoming few moments, probably, because the zone's going to be just, moving up again as it is. Now this is the second circle as it's just going down. Not a lot of damage, though, for the teams that are outside the circle, but for the teams that will make it inside the circle afterwards, talking about the fourth and fifth zone, that's where the things are going to be just, looking a bit bad. We are into the slot fight slowly and steadily. As you can see, the zone just moving down again onto the boot camp side. So boot camp is going to be a good area, but you never know if the circle just, goes for a hard shift and it takes everything away from the players. OPMF still does not want to, lose this boot camp location for them against themselves, because the most important thing is that they have a really comfortable spot inside the circle and inside the fights. If we talk about boot camp, if we talk about that area, well, Team Bear right behind them onto the backhand side, SDZ, XB Ranges. Team DENO still has to, cross the river, but it depends, like, will they or will they not, given the fact the circle still is playing game. Second airdrop has an AUG and a 4 times, and XB Rangers taking a fight against NoChance, takes on 1, and Kins also goes down. Well, NoChance is in a really bad spot. NoChance is losing players. Anka is the last one surviving somehow. Can he or cannot survive, as he was looking decent for the fights, and they know his location as well. Anka has been spotted down. Anka might as well go down, and look at this. NoChance gets eliminated.
Well, quite an unfortunate incident for the team, taking the first exit from the game. And it took 10 minutes for the first squad wipe to come in, but kudos to XP Rangers, the way they handled the situation and brought themselves in a really advantageous position. But things are not over. After this fight, they're going to have to focus on the next one. I'm still waiting. Are Team Bear going to engage, or are they just going to hold their ground? But look at the scene line going up against WMG on the other side of the map.
They are definitely going just onto the location. Psychos out here, just getting inside to get inside the circle. So now we would, just as I was talking previously, zones damage not going to be a lot right now. But talking about the next circle, that's where zone's going to be a crucial one for the players and everything. So that's just one thing. And it's rarely we see people with the bikes and vehicles in
this map,
yeah, in this map. But well, they are using it. But WMG Spider did go down. Brad and Sengi onto the other side. Last game as well, Sengi was the last one surviving. Brad as well was with his teammate. Taco's onto the other side right now. So Spider, I don't know, like, did he do good by moving on to that location, or did he do bad? Because his location does get spotted. He goes down. Teammates do know the location of where the danger lies ahead, though. But they're not gonna take it in that way. If we just talk down about it, so they might have to find out some other area to just rotate from WMG.
Well, definitely. And are they going to be able to find that? That is going to be a really, really big question.
Look at him.
But Scene Line, WMG Spider is going to be finished off, and WMG, the other players are on the other side of the river. So there's absolutely no opportunity for them to actually be a part of the situation and help their teammate out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying, right? So they'll have to find out some other area to rotate, because they know if they go from the water lines, they will be spotted down. Talking about Team DENO, well, they are really close to a team as well. And now talking about XB Rangers, Poda YT Talat are onto one direction, Junior and Fahim onto the other direction as well. So it's a 3v4 situation, but still it's a cold war right now. Both of them know that they are really close to each other, but both of them does not want to be a part of the fight, does not want to take up a fight. So that's just one thing. XB Rangers, Fahim YT is onto the other location as well, and DENO Lee just moving on to the backside. Still, look at this. This is brilliant. Still, the circle, it might go any direction. Next zone decides it. Next zone should be a hard shift. And if that happens, it will decide if the teams go left or right. Because see, right now the chances are the circle might just go left, because that constitutes a bigger area.
Yeah.
But if the circle just goes right, OPMF will be having a really good chance for themselves.
So based off of that, Seal 9 seem to have a really good position for themselves. They just have to fall back a little bit.
Right now, yes.
Yeah, right now. I mean, otherwise, if you feel confident that you can take a lot of fights at once, just start shooting. Start shooting at Born to Rush. Start shooting at the team in front of it. And we're going to see a few shots being fired as Opex, they come up against the players of 187. Unknown. The way he was running, I'm pretty sure he's been spotted out. And Napu, Nade, and Beast know exactly which tree he's hiding behind.
On to the other side, SDZ taking fight against NRC. Susti, the MVP of previous match, goes down. Amar follows up as well. But hey, if you take down the MVP, you kind of tend to break the momentum of the team as well. That's that's one thing that teams actually do. But SDZ's ICAM gets spotted down as the scene is just out there. Might as well take one down, but no. He has to stay in the cover for as long as he can. Well, he tries, takes one down. That was brilliant. Takes another one down. Another circle's not your friend. He has to move forward. He did do a 1v2. He did go for it. He eliminates one player totally, and now it's his turn. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna go for the revive? Sounds like it. He is going for a revive. I don't know, it sounds really risky. Meanwhile, Pablo's taking up a fight as Pablo takes on Dage. Snipe is the last one surviving outside the circle. This fight is happening. It's a 1v1 situation. Might be bad, but Pablo does spot down one. Will he be the gangster out in this roads of Sanhok?
Oh,
yes, he is.
Amazing play. Just being patient enough to bring his opponent in front of him and then pick him off while he was vulnerable. Patience from the side of Pablo pays off tremendously in the team's favor. But look at this, MAKPEN, they are in a fight against the players of PMCO. 187B spots out Myunse from the side of Opex, who jiggles really nicely in and out of the shot and manages to avoid every single bullet coming his way.
But now Beast knows, right? That is the only tree for the cover, so that is where the player should be. And once if he goes down by Napu from the other direction, Opex, well, they are in a bit of a pickle right now as they are fighting against 187. This team was the one that got eliminated in the first position, the previous game. Like they were the first ones to get eliminated, so now they want to just change everything. They are putting up a really good fight so far, but a grenade did just arrive really close to them. But well, right now, oh, Nare, he did get spotted, but well, now he's just on to this direction. And Toxin, he's getting shot down. He is just barely surviving with the zone, and now the circle just moving up forward. Circle 400+ meters is the distance between the circle. Oh, Napu barely makes it inside the zone. Now the players are moving up, and by the looks of it, sounds like the circle did go for a left shift.
Well, definitely, and this shift is going to change everything. As you said, this shift is going to change everything for almost all the teams that are present. And we're going to have to see how the teams are going to manage to cope up with this. So, SEAL9, we said this game could be theirs. They need to make sure that they convert it. But no, Inky is going to be taken down as soon as I say that.
I mean, that does happen, right? But if we just, we just talk about this, you can see how the players, again, they are becoming one with the nature. This is the time you need to do this, but this is the time you need to get some kills while doing this. I mean, that just goes hand in hand all together with each and everyone. So that's one thing, and that's what the players are looking forward for, if I may. And by the looks of it, by judging by what is happening right now, the players still just trying to move, trying to get onto their good locations. But Bear Xerox again is having a decent area. Team Bear is having a decent area. All right, so I want to ask you, like this is the question that obviously I would love to answer myself, but I want to ask you first. Talking about Team Bear, talking about 187, talking about MAKPEN, because MAKPEN is not being seen in the fights anywhere. So how do you think they can take up a fight in this particular map? Because it has to be an upside down from the previous map.
Yeah, it is going to be an upside down, definitely. But I think Bear are in a pretty decent position if they can actually manage to deal with the players of SEAL9, because that allows them to have an easy rotation inside of the circle.
Yeah.
But if they actually fail to do that, then for them it's pretty much over. But look at this, MAKPEN, they are on the edge, so MAKPEN is already in a lot of trouble, and Bear can stop them right in their tracks right now. Also, they have a team behind them that they're not going to worry about. In fact, two teams behind them that they will have to worry about. But first, it's the two players of MAKPEN. So 2 versus 3, Pasta is going to go down, and Illujo taking a lot of damage from the blue zone makes it in. Zero, I think he knows where he is, and there it is. MAKPEN already being finished off. So Bear, they have a few kills collected for them. Now, being on the edge of the circle, it is not always a bad thing. I mean, the pressure is going to be on you, but if you can manage to slow things down and move from behind the teams, you can potentially pick them off when they're not suspecting you to be aggressive.
I mean, that's one thing, right? It is something that you kind of need to do with everything. But so far, as we can see, the players are just moving up forward and everything. Somehow, things might just be a bit weird. As right now, the players are just trying to make up good areas for themselves. We're talking about all the teams. We're talking about everything. MAKPEN, they did get eliminated, just as we're talking about 187 as well. So teams with the momentum are still trying to shift it with themselves. SEAL9 is still surviving. OPMF, they have a good area. They had a good area inside the circle. They just want to play along that. Talking about Max Legends. Hey, Bears to Sog is on to the left hand side. Do they spot him down? What is happening? Wow.
A few seconds ago, the entire squad was alive. Now, well, the Bears have gone extinct.
Yeah.
Wow, that was fast. But that is what this map is all about, ladies and gentlemen. That is what Sanhok is all about. A few seconds ago, a team was there. Now they are wiped out. And I think Team Steel could be the next one, as Wally, he's going to be spotted out. We have Zaki coming behind him. He gets taken down as well. So Team Steel reduced down to just a single player that is surviving. And XB Rangers, Fahim, he's trying to run inside the circle, takes a few shots, the blue zone damage coming in, but no OPMF from the distance, they finish them off.
They do out in this one. And now again, they're just trying to, take the players down. As you can see, slowly and steadily. But right now, Horse is actually trying to become a dark horse into this fight as he's trying to do a lot of damage. And now Sengi's on low HP. Oh, he is trying. Sengi meanwhile putting up those first hits for himself. All right, it's going to be a brilliant 1v1 as Sengi does take one down. Now is the time for Horse or Sengi to do something. I think Horse does sense it that someone's actually going to throw up a good grenade onto him, and he realizes it. He waits for the time. He gets away from that one, and now the zone will be coming up in less than 8 seconds. 6 circle. Both the players have to do something for themselves. It's a matter of survival. We talk about survival of the fittest. That's what it is. 6 teams, 5 teams surviving, 8 players alive. Talk about individual survivors into these areas. NRC is looking really good. Seal Esports is surviving. OPMF, they had 4 players previously. Now they're left with 2. Somehow the open area circle in Sanhok, it's gonna play against the players.
Oh god, but the case this Mahu from the side of OPMF Esports has Hazeen from NRC spotted out right behind the rock, and if Hazeen is unaware of the position, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. But now we're down to 4 teams, 7 players surviving. NRC Esports being really consistent. They did really well for themselves in the last match. They were in the top 2, and in this game as well. Well, there's potential for them to actually get the chicken dinner. They have a good position inside the circle. The rest of the teams are in front of them. Then, well, people are just falling left and right on their own. Baron, the last surviving player from Team Seal, he is... well, he's all alone inside the blue zone, and he's losing HP little by little. Also, he does a lot of damage. He takes down one of the players from OPMF, and, well, what just happened? Baron, he manages to finish second in a situation in which he should have been third.
Wow. NRC wins this one, and this was a brilliant game. Talk about the open circle. Talk about the shift that circle actually did onto the left-hand side, as we were saying, and they get 22 points.
They had 20 in the last one, right?
Yeah.
So that's 42 in 2 matches. That's actually pretty good.
Like talking about, getting the position for themselves.
Exactly. And NRC, I mean, the chicken dinner was pretty much secured. I'm more impressed with how Baron actually handled the situation. He should have just been taken out by the blue zone. He was out in the open, exposed, could have been spotted and finished off. But kudos to the lad. And, well, he is also the MVP of the match.
Well, he did good for himself and he did good for the team. Let's talk about this one. Somehow, I would say, we were talking about how the fights did go down. 3 assists by this individual.
Yeah.
551 healing. So healing numbers are also getting closer to damage numbers, and that's what happens in these circles. Like you cannot help it.
Definitely, and since he was moving in from the blue zone as well, he constantly had to heal up to keep himself up. But now let's move forward and have a look at the top players as well. So we have DENO Fantastic, we have Sengi from the side of WMG, and then we have Pablo from Team NRC with 3 kills.
Yeah, we have all these players just out there, trying to get the best out of themselves. Talking about the fights, the fights did not go past like 21 minute mark, and there's like 19 minutes, 20 minutes. So it was a pretty fast pace.
It started out pretty slow though. It started out pretty slow, and then it just peaked really fast. But now let's have a look at the standings of this game and see how many points the team get in this match. So NRC 22, Seal Esports 19. So sort of what we said would happen. Because the teams that did really well for themselves, I think, are sitting in the second half of the standings, apart from the obvious ones. I mean, Team Bear and MAKPEN, even this game not really going in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, we can just, say about this one. So, back-to-back bad games kind of just means, you have to pick up the pace. Plus, it kind of becomes a mental pressure on you, right?
Yeah.
You try to pick up the pace. Plus, you were doing really good in the previous stage that you had to do even better in this stage. But things did go down. It did not work out in your favor. So, you will have to, just think about everything and just come back with new strategies.
And talking about things, let's have a look at the damage histogram right now, ladies and gentlemen. And here it is in front of us. So, look at this. So, quite an interesting damage histograph. We know, I mean, most of the fights coming in from the later stages of the game were quite bloody, but talking about the middle stages, Seal 9, DENO, their fight was overextended, especially DENO. I mean, the position that they were put in, they had to take multiple fights at the same time, and they did manage to survive for a long time. But since the pressure was a little bit too much for them to deal with, they had to take an early exit in this match.
They did have to take an early exit in this particular match. But talk about DENO's damage. I mean, that was brilliant. That was even at par with Team Seal. But Seal 9 as well, you can talk about 1,000 plus damage. So these were a few teams that, crossed that 1,000 marker for themselves. But, crossing that and just staying it that with by staying alive, that's kind of a thing.
So being taken out that early in the match, having that high damage means you were basically stuck in a fight. You were forced to fight in a situation that you wouldn't normally do. But let's move forward and have a look at the OPPO moments of this match, ladies and gentlemen. And well, here we go.
Yeah, this something that started. You still remember yourself, just dishing out, trying to dish out damage with Beryl, but once the fight actually came out onto him, that just went onto the other side. Fantastic. He did get a lot of damage onto the other side, but this was a good fight. Talk about this. Seal 9 and DENO, they both realized that this is not a fight that they should actually take, so both of the players, both of the teams just tried to go slowly back to back, away from this one. This is where NoChance got eliminated, as the final player was also just stuck and he wanted to take up a fight, but that did not go in the favor. We'll just talk about this one. So somehow the game did start a bit late. I mean, it started a bit slow, but after that, when the fight started picking up the pace, that was brilliant. And this is where NRC kind of, just won the hearts with this one fight. Really good capabilities by these players. Really good way to just, try and dish out damage, and really good way to wipe out squads.
Well, definitely. And talking about squad wipes, I mean, this is also going to be an interesting one, as Team Bear did manage to pick off one player from MAKPEN. XB Rangers took off the other, and then they turned on the players of XB Rangers. But as fate would have it, XB Rangers moved on to survive into, much later into the matchup, and they did manage to get a lot more kills for themselves. But then Born to Rush, again, they get rushed upon, they get finished off, and then Seal Baron. This was impressive. So he took the opportunity to pick off the last two players of OPMF before NRC had the opportunity to do anything. And then, since he was in the blue zone, he just died to that.
The best part was he realized, will he go for a reload? 3 seconds. If he goes to switch gun, 0.8 seconds. Just switch it, shoot him out, and just take the game.
That's I think something that we all learned when we were quite young. Switching your weapon is faster than reloading, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we have read that, yeah.
Let's have a look at the overall rankings now. And, well, here we go. So, 42 points for NRC. Then, on the second position, we have Seal Esports on 28.
Well, I don't know. NRC, if they have another good game, they are for sure kind of, at the qualifications for sure for themselves. But Team Seal 9, Seal, OPMF, SDMZ, 28, 27, 19, 18, 17, 15, 14. I don't know, it's just like this. But one good game from any of these teams can just actually get them good. And imagine if Seal Esports gets a good chicken in the next one, they might just topple again.
Well, definitely. And it is going to be interesting because now you have to do that. If NRC continue to play the way they are doing right now, they're going to have a massive advantage by the end of the day. And I mean, it is quite interesting moving forward to the second half of the standings. Look at the bottom 4 right now. It is NoChance, Bear, 187 and MAKPEN. Like, we did not expect these teams to be in this situation. Yeah, Max Legends as well. And Opex.
Yeah, Opex. It's an upside down altogether. Talk about MAKPEN. They don't have a placement point, but they have kill points. Yeah. And that too, well, they have 2 kill points. So it's like the team still wants to go for the kill points, and they do want to get aggressive, but one good placement point game and then kill points, that might change a lot of things.
Exactly. It can change a lot of things. But, I mean, for things to change, I mean, these teams will have to play better than they did right now in the next 2 matches or in the upcoming few days. But as we did say, there's just like 5 days of these finals, and day number 1, 2 matches are already over. Let's have a look at how NRC Esports are doing right now and see at all the players together.
Wow, Hazeen already 1,000 plus damage, 7 kills. That's brilliant. We just want to, talk about this one. It has the best survival time as well. Obviously, all of them have played 2 matches right now. Pablo, 3 kills, has a 1.5 KPM, 500 damage. That's good. So, see, obviously, the MVP of the first game is out here with the focus. This game obviously did not get much kills if we talk about this one. NRC Amar, 1 kill though. But still, all the players are stacking up good survival time for themselves, and that kind of will be helping them. If you have good survival time, your team has good survival time. If your team has good survival time, you get placement points. And you know.
Exactly. That means you are constantly moving into the top 2, the top 3 of the game, and well, getting 10 to 12 points in every single match is not a bad thing. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a very short break, so you guys stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 South Asia Wildcard Regional Finals. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. This is Ocean Sharma right next to me, and we are about to head into match number 3 of the day.
I want to see just one thing. How different does it become from one thing? Previous two matches and the previous Miramars where these teams used to clash or something, because obviously there used to be groups and groups and groups and groups and whatnot. But now if we just talk about this one, it's going to be all at the stake with 42, 28, 27, 23, like the points difference that there has been created, the void.
Exactly. And I mean, if NRC Esports, as I said, if they continue to perform the way they have been doing right now, they're basically going to be unstoppable after tomorrow. So the other teams have the opportunity. The next two matches, if you can stop NRC and catch up to them, then, I mean, the first position could be yours, and along with that, the $3,900. But if you fail to do that, they will have a massive advantage.
If NRC gets top 3 in this game as well, and in the upcoming game as well, not even the chicken or something, top 3, they will be doing it really good. But talking about both the Seals, Seal and Seal 9, both are also putting up a good fight. Obviously, they don't have enough points as compared to when in the course of 28, 42. It's still not a lot of difference though, but it still is a difference when you talk about all the other teams behind them. So they are putting up good fights, but the only thing that they have to do is just, try and change their game dynamically, because that's what NRC is doing. When they have to go passive, they go supremely passive. When they have to go aggressive, they just go all in. So
exactly. And I mean, them just going all in and committing to situations, I think, is the reason that they are doing really well right now. But their timing with committing and going all in is really, really perfect, because that can actually backfire a lot.
Yeah.
We have seen that happen in the previous two matches, wherein teams just overcommitted to a scenario that wasn't supposed to be theirs, and they got picked off. Like the squad wipe happened, and it is quite unfortunate for that. But NRC, their timing is really precise. They know exactly what they're looking forward to, and first priority for them has always been those placement points.
I mean, it has been definitely those placement points and everything, because first, once you're getting placement points, obviously that just means that, even if you go passive or aggressive, you are in there just to showcase yourself, your dominance. Placement points means that. And talking about NRC, the way they are playing, they have already showcased dominance. When we talk about the previous week versus this week, NRC previous week was playing by the cards, under the charts, not exactly, dishing out the best of the best of the best. Like, it was not like that. Previously, if we talk about this, what would the audience say? Max Legends, maybe MAKPEN, maybe
We were saying that.
We were saying NoChance, because those names have been there, plus those names have showcased incredible gameplays. But now, if we just talk about this one, by the looks of it, by the analysis, it's just one team.
Yeah, but with that, let's see how this match of Miramar is going to turn out. The match is live and the trajectory of the plane is in front of us. It starts from Torre Amuda, slices through Hacienda del Petron, water treatment, graveyard, Los Leones, and goes to the southern side of, southern side of the map, southern edge of the map, right down the middle.
I mean, that's one thing. Teams, I want to see if much and more teams go to Los Leones. Like we were talking about, how the teams will change their drop locations. And the first game we saw that many teams were changing their drop locations. Most of the teams were trying to go solo in different directions. And given the fact about Miramar, it's a bigger map. So it might just give you more areas to play against and to play with. Depends on how you want to go for this one. NRC, meanwhile, is already dropping down alongside 187 as well. And 187 likes to go to Campo Militar. And NRC will go to Cruz de Well, Tierra Bronca, El Azar, those areas. As you can see, Amar is going to go onto the eastern side of water treatment for himself. B2R is going to go to El Azar, and they are going to take, those areas onto themselves. MAKPEN, I want to see what this team does today in this match.
Yeah, how can they turn things around? Because so far in the series, things haven't really been going their way. They have been having a lot of trouble with early exits. I mean, match number 1, they got eliminated early. Match number 2, also, they got picked off quite early on their match. And it's going to be really hard for the team to recover. Just 2 matches. If they can get one chicken dinner in the 2 of them, or actually turn things around and be the MAKPEN that we saw during the group stage, I mean, it's going to be super impressive. But now, we have the circle in front of us, and Ocean, where's the final fight going to be?
All right, by the looks of it, you can see it might just happen onto the left-hand sides of Picaro for sure, as I can see. And, talk about this one. So talk about SDZ, they might have a really good area for themselves. Well, La Trailer to Picaro, that all sounds like a really open area for themselves if the players would want to, just go from those directions onto the other areas. But right now, as you can just see, and, as you can just figure out of the fights and everything, that might as well just happen. XB Rangers have a decent area for themselves. I mean, they can just try to get inside the circle. That will be one thing. But talk about Team Seal. Look at Zaki. He is actually really close onto the sides of WMG and all those players. I mean, it's a 3 players against 1 situation. And look at the minimap. He does not have a backup into this.
Yeah.
He might have players on Lost Learners, but the backup is not close to him.
Yeah, the teammates are nowhere near him. WMG, if they know the situation, they can take advantage of it. Otherwise, it's going to be really troublesome scenario for them. So WMG, they are playing this one safe. They are backing off. Brad is heading towards Taco, and I think that is good news for the player of Team Seal.
That's Zaki, yeah. It's going to be a good news for him. As of now, because, whatever he thought, whatever he tried for, that just went in his favor. And the thing is, he needs to go for the second gun. I mean, if he's going to be using Uzi, sounds like a good gun. But, talking about those... I mean, once we'll be moving forward, talking about those extremely long range situations or something like that. I mean, that's one thing where he might as well just want to try. Oh, that was a jump that he just did. I thought he wants to go onto the upper area only. He would have jumped there. Now, WMG, the team, again, just moving up forward. So, Lost Lunas, by the looks of it, sounds like a really decent area for 2 teams to stay there. We talk about Max Legends. They are onto the backside of Lost Lunas as well. Team Bear as well. So many teams would like to contest this area. So many teams would like to get onto the fights, but it's a matter of chance.
Well, definitely, it is going to be a matter of chance. But moving forward in this matchup, I would like to see how actually things turn around. Because now we have an empty space in the map. Look at this Mont Nuevo, Power Grid, Ladriela, empty spots. Is any team going to risk it and utilize that situation? Also, 187. I'm pretty sure that team is going to have, if they survive to the later stages of the game, like they will have the highest longest rotation, longest distance travel, because they are really far away from the circle right now. There's a lot of teams in their way, and it is going to be really critical to see, or it is going to be really critical for them to actually see how they want to rotate and how they want to get inside the circle.
Yeah, I mean, that is one thing for sure. But, judging by everything, talking about the stuff out in this one, you can see the players still trying to just, move forward onto the directions. Well, Jay is still out here. He's still just trying to get and gather up his loot. So now we talk about these things. This is where we might just try and see bolt action, or probably a bit of a DMR action, as we always speculate. But these players, I mean, it all comes down to their comfort zone, how they're going to be playing it, how they're going to be, looking forward to. I still remember there was a match in the previous week in which Team DENO tried to have really good fights, and they were, there were a few Car 98 shots that were just, going left, right, and center in all the directions. So I want to see how different this is, because if I just tell you, I did my homework onto the teams, and they are just being a lot more unpredictable today. Just like we were just, hoping this will happen. Right from the first Erangel, if you remember, all the players from a few teams like OPMF, they were dropping solo in different areas and onto the sides of Yasnaya. That was in the previous Erangel that happened. Talking about Sanhok, the players were trying to play with the circle lines. That was good. Now I want to see what change can they do in Miramar.
Well, definitely. Can they change things around? And as you said, I mean, about teams being unpredictable. You would want to be unpredictable on the maps, on these off maps, either on Sanhok, on Miramar.
No,
I mean, Vacantly, rest in peace, that map. But that was also one of the maps where the teams being unpredictable would actually turn out to benefit them. But you have to take into consideration that if you are going to be unpredictable, so is the game.
I mean, it will be, right? It will be. You cannot help it. But look at this. Now the space is just going down. Spider tries to take down one. He did do a bit of a damage onto both of the players, and he does do a lot of damage. Might as well take one down. All right, well, barely surviving. And Spider, I mean, he needs to just shoot onto those areas. Wow, that was a good one. But, will they go for the confirmation? Again, in the early stages, in the maps like Miramar, you still are stuck with the same question. In those longer ranges, you can spot someone, but confirming them is always a tricky thing. And now, judging by this, I think Brad wants to go and move forward. The revive did just come in, but now Brad, he has to be the in charge, be the captain of the fight in this one. Let's see how much of a damage can he do if he moves up forward. And slowly and steadily, well, he is moving up really close to it. Has a Scarl in the hands. He needs to look onto the left. he's trying to look through all the directions, might as well just spot Snipey, but Mifshal is really close to him, and Mifshal is looking backwards onto the area, and Snipey right now just trying to hold WMG's players. Brat is in the wrong position as his HP is extremely low right now. I want to see where Spider is, but look at that. Taco is also really close to them. SDZ, well, the players are in a bad spot now, given the fact that the WMG is trying to, get them from all the directions.
Well, definitely, and they're going to have to worry about all the directions, as you said, but WMZ Taco, with a Molotov being thrown by him, is going to try and delay the push that is going to come from the opponents. WMG, they're going to try and get in better positions or fall back. I think falling back is the better option right now because both the teams are stuck out in the open, but look at this. So Gregor from Born to Rush throws a nade in the direction of 1879, who's hiding inside the house right now, in fact. And, well, the nade dishes out some damage, but not enough to cause any real trouble to the opponent. On the other side, the rest of the lads from both the teams are, well, they are here and there on top of the high ground, but now the 1v1 collision happens. Naeem way too close for comfort. The blue zone comes in, but this is the first blue zone, not enough damage, but this grenade is going to do a lot of damage. Oh, no! Oh, no! Gregor, he threw the nade, it blew up in his face, and then the shots came in from the other side, from the other players of 187. How unfortunate.
It was unfortunate, but look at this. 187's Naeem is still out here. A good grenade into the hands. Might as well do the damage. But on to the other side, he gets spotted down as well. He was happy for an instant, and that was that he did do the damage, but now he has to be sad, and that is because Beast has to look forward. I mean, the team has to look forward to actually come to him. 187's Beast is also going to go down as the clock is ticking, but hey, he gets a revive, and obviously he does put up a first hit, but now Naeem needs a revive. Talking about B2R, Born to Rush, Maddox needs a revive, and Horse is going to give him a revive. Grieger, meanwhile, will have to, support all the angles of this of the fights that are going to be happening slowly and steadily. I mean, they have a good area, but it's on the lower side, so lower side kind of might not help them as compared to 187. But given the fact 187, the first game was not good, the second game was a bit decent, they might as well want to make it even better. But hey, Beast goes down right now. The Mirado gets shot down, and now B2R somehow they are looking really good in this fight, given the fact they have knocked down crucial number of players. But Nisal, well, no one thought of this guy. He's away from his team, but he is creating a really good angle for his opponents.
Well, the angle might be nice, but the timing could be unfortunate. 187 in some trouble right now. They've been pinned down. Horse on the low ground. So they managed to revive the knocked out comrade that was Gregor. But now it is an uphill battle. They have one player in a better position than them, but two players on the low ground. They can be picked off quite easily. And since the team is really far apart from each other, it's going to be a troublesome situation for the lads to regroup. As they try and get to the high ground to the other teammates, they can be picked off. If 187 go to the low ground, they can finish off the two lads over there and then move forward from there on out. I mean, look at this. Exactly what I was talking about. So Nade has actually managed to get a knock on Mardox. Nisal is there as well. Now, as soon as Nisal peeks out, he's going to be taken down. Oh, he peeks from behind the rock. The shots come in, and a few of them connect.
Well, a few of them do connect onto this one, but if we just, talk about and look at this, B2R Nisal, he still is surviving, but the thing is, the crosshairs are actually on him. Like, everyone knows that they need to, take him out from the fights because he is the one who is creating a real headache for the players of 187. I mean, they did lose 9, they could not go down, but Mardox is also just out there. One good shot can take him down as well. The clock is still ticking, and 22 damage was done onto him. Another one, but well, no, Nare does get his own kill. Now Nisal has been spotted and struck down onto that location. But the thing is, whilst all these fights are happening, these players have to get inside the circle, and that's 2,500 meters. Miramar, zone timing, zone distance. If you don't pay respect to the zone does nothing to you. You remember there was I guess South Asia's PMCO 2 years back, and I still remember 14 players died by the play zone. Remember that one?
Oh, yes,
the one that had happened. Like 14 players died by the play zone.
That was 2019 PMCO South Asia. That was the first one we ever did together. And
and we were saying, like, who's the MVP? Let's have a look. Well, it should be the play zone. Remember that thing.
So everyone decided, oh, we're going to go late. And everyone decided to go late, go for the late rotation in the early circle itself. And then while they were rotating, they ended up fighting amongst each other. Absolutely no one had the opportunity to get inside the circle.
And 14 casualties were done by the play. So it was like play zone kill. This plays like it was just play zone in the kill feed. That thing that happened. But well, now if we're just looking forward to it, we were talking about the circle, you know, onto the sides of Latrilla to Picaro and to the Chumasera, the triangle that there is. So the players will have to look forward to this one. Now the zone can actually go for a really good hard shift. Like now is the time if it wants to play with the players. Team Bear, meanwhile, like Susog has to get inside the circle. He's also just trying to make his way. B2R trying to make it inside the circle. 187 as well. Zone's biting them. Zone's biting them.
Yeah, well, Zone is biting them. I mean, it is stinging them right now since it's the early stages. But look at this. Where's the next shift going to be? If it's a hard shift that we see right now, the players could be in some trouble. And it moves towards Ladriela.
Yeah. As I was saying, you know, the hard shift will be happening because this is the time when the circle has to go for a hard shift. And it happens. It looks good. I would still say, you see the mountains right on the backside of Ladriela?
Yeah.
The players can stay there. That can, like, on the sides of mountains, it can give them a really good area. Like, coming from Montenegro, talk about the team like NRC. Oh, it might be NRC again. Talk about a team like NRC. From Montenegro, they climb up those mountains and they stay there. They'll have a good area to, you know, spot their opponents onto the outsides of zone.
Well, definitely, and it is, I agree with you, it is going to give you an advantage situation. You have the high ground, every team is going to be coming in front of us, so you just have to get the information and pick them off once you actually see them arrive. But for now, it is going to be quite interesting to see the teams that are already inside that Ladriela circle. Where are they going to position themselves? Because now they have all this time to think about how the teams are going to approach them. And they have all this time to get themselves into that better position. Specifically the mountain that you just mentioned, talking about positions. I mean, NoChance, they find themselves against the players of OPMF.
Well, they do. But now it's going to be the chance. Oh, well, that was good. A grenade moves forward, a molly comes in the room. So it just means one thing, that both of them know how, you know, each and every one of them is playing. That might just be one thing. Cocktails onto the other side as well, just trying to create an off angle. Previous game, NoChance was the first one to get eliminated, but this time they want to take up a fight and they take down Axiom, the guy who was responsible for everything in the previous two games for OPM. Like, the guy was actually not just taking all the fights in his hands, but now Kenzo is up really looking forward to all the fights. He spots down one. Oh, he does the damage. Mori goes down. NoChance. This is the chance to move forward and take up all the fights. They try to take him down, but no. Kazi goes down, Uncast down as well. NoChance, they don't want to lose this fight. They don't want to lose this fight. Cocktail goes down as well. Kenzo is the last one surviving, and he has to do something. This is going to be a terrible fight. If it just goes against them, it's going to be a 1v1, and he has a grenade. Sounds like a good one. Is he going to throw it? He does throw it, but no, it just bounces back. Had it been on the position, it would have taken that one player down, but now the revives are coming in from OPMF. They did revive one player. That's looking really good. Akshem has been revived. He finishes Kazi, and now NoChance. Look at all the players. Kenzo and Anka, those two players are surviving. Anka is also putting up a first aid. Just put up a med kit right now. It's a 2v4 affair once again, as one more player needs up a revive. Once that happens, NoChance might just have a little chance just to take up this fight. This is where the probability goes down. They have to spot it each other, but no, Kenzo goes down now. Anka is the last one surviving, but for how long can he survive?
Well, I think the probability was it was completely against them the moment the revives came in from OPMF. Anka is going to be spotted out, and look at this. Mahu, he is charging in his direction, spotted out behind the rock, and they finish him off with absolutely no mercy being shown to them. So, in the meanwhile, we have down to 13 teams, 49 players inside this matchup. The mistake that came in from NoChance in that situation was they allowed the opportunity for OPMF to revive themselves.
But I don't get it. Just think about it. NoChance, it would have been an easy 1v1.
Yeah.
For Kenzo, rather than, you know, just all right.
Oh, look at this.
Well, this is something that's gonna just change for the fates of SDZ as they're just moving forward. I want to see can OPMF actually just, you know, hold on to this one as well. It might be looking really bad, but no, Mistral goes down. All right, onto the other side. It's Opex that's taking up a fight. Opex is trying to create another angle. As you can see, SDZ is going down by Opex and not OPMF. A third-party assist happening. That's what it is. Third party from the unknown directions. The fights are happening, and those are favoring OPMF again. A good grenade. This might just end the fate of SDC. The grenade did take him down. That was brilliant. And the finish does arrive right now. Whoa!
Well, the finish is going to be there, and no one expected this to happen. But look at this. So, one after the other, there is absolutely no breaks between fights. First, it was OPMF, now it's Opex. They take down one team, and then they move on, clashing on the players of WMG. But that gives the opportunity for SDZ to focus on the fight in front of them. But WMG is next to them as well. It's a cluster. It's a huge, huge cluster. It's a party happening on the eastern edge of Ladriela. Oh my lord, there is like 4 teams in here.
Well, yes, there are. Yes, there are. But look at this. The bandages are getting applied onto these areas. Now, if we just talk about the fights and everything, right? You talked about Latrelia's area. Yeah, that's brilliant. But talk about the thing. That's WMG, the fight that they are taking. Sengi takes down SDZ's Hage, and now SDZ Esports gets eliminated. So they do get eliminated on the 13th position, and now they have to just move forward once again. But now talking about WMG, Sengi goes down from the other direction as Seal Zaki does take up a good fight onto him. The revive should just arrive, but Opex, the player Marco, is looking really good with the grenade in his hand. He does get a bit of damage from his own grenade previous one, but now he wants to just try and end the other players. As of now, Opex is looking good.
Well, they are looking really good indeed, as they've managed to finish off, or they have managed to be the reason for the demise of SDZ. Now WMG could be the next target, but no, WMG, they're down a few players. Taco is going to be taken down. Sengi, he revives. Brad is going to be there. XDZ from the backlines can cause a lot of trouble for the players of WMG. Marco, look at this, switches over to FPP, goes for a few shots, but now the retaliation is going to come in from the players of Opex as they try to go for the charge, and oh, Marco could have been an angle from which he could have been taken down, but he managed to get behind some cover right in the nick of time, not allowing the opportunity for the players of WMG to land any free shots. A good fight coming in. It's going to be an interesting situation, and it's going to be really, really fun to see, because if you look at the map, it's not just these teams that I'm talking about. There are a lot of teams in this entire situation. You have there were 4 initially, then there were 3, now it's 4 again.
Well, it is, but still, if we talk about the all-over survivals, 12 teams are still surviving. Just mind that one, because it's still there. 19 minutes into the game right now is where we are, so the teams are still trying to save themselves from all the areas, from all the fights, from all the directions for what is happening against these players and everything. But now, talk about WMG. Talk about the fact that the teams have to make it inside the circle. But hey, look at this, MAKPEN. They are trying to get inside the fights, but the thing is, MAKPEN, only one last player is surviving. Well, Momo does pick up a kill, try to pick up a kill for himself and the team, and he did take a few players down from Team Seal. I don't know how that's going to help him as of now. He does go for the finish. They have one kill for themselves, but talk about Team MAKPEN. I don't know, like, how are they losing players slowly and steadily?
Well, definitely. How are they losing players? But talking about losing players, I mean, look at this. MAKPEN again in a bad situation, as you said, losing players again and again. And this time a little bit slower compared to the next game, compared to the previous games. Because previous games it was like we would see them and then the squad would be taken out. Now at least one player is surviving, so one player potentially has the opportunity to get a few placement points for his team. But it is going to be really, really difficult for Momo to actually move forward and do that.
Yeah, but if you just talk about it, the survival should be just a really good thing for them, as we just can see. I mean, Momo has to make it inside and onto the good areas inside the circle, does find himself inside the zone, but not taking a bike, which indeed is another risky affair. So I don't know. Meanwhile, Miramar takes down Opex's players, and onto the side, Opex's Toxin takes down WMG Sengi, and WMG Brad takes down Opex. Marco unknowns out there, but hey, the cover arrives. Brad is the last one surviving out in this one, but for how long can he survive? He does spot down Toxin as well. MAKPEN gets eliminated meanwhile, and this is the third bad game for the team as compared to what they were doing previously. So now they will have to just make a lot of changes onto their play styles for sure. But talking about WMG Brad, you can see he is actually taking down players, but he goes down from the off angle, but the damage was done on Opex. They did lose one, but hey, at least they won the fight.
Well, at least they won the fight, and well, with the fight comes the kill, so that is going to be the most important thing. But, oh, alright, so M24 action being brought by the players of Seal, and the K9 being brought by the players of Seal 9. But Bear, alright, so Bear's position is really, really difficult. SDMZ Jelly, he knows where they are, he has a perfect window from which he can peek out and take them out, and the shots are coming in. Arimun is going to take a few to his face. He's been brought down really low, but it's going to be a troublesome situation for the team to move forward. forward. Oh, more bullets coming their way, and it is from Seal9 Myunke. So it is SDMZ and it is Seal9 that they have to worry about. Seal9 again using the high ground to their advantage. NRC, I want to see this team make it into the top 3 in this match as well.
Let's see how that happens, because you know how much of a bridge of a points they are going to be creating if that does happen. So that's one thing. But now, as you can see, now Inky has a good K9 into his hands, but now Seal9, they have to start up the kill numbers. They have to stack up their kill numbers for themselves, and they can do that easily. NRC, meanwhile, it seems like NRC cannot make it in a good number in this match, because NRC now is the last one surviving, and that too on the back sides. One good spotting can actually take the player down, but hey, Roy's getting shot at from the other direction, and that kind of just takes up the fight again from the players. XB Rangers looking really good. Seal9, whoa, Inky, good shots coming on to the players. He was trying to go with a decent quick scope right now. Krieger has been spotted. Well, all right, Sinha goes down. That was something. Krieger. Like Sinha could not take down Krieger from that angle, but Krieger could, and that was a tricky one. Now Toxin with that K9 does take down one, and he needs to, put up a smoke just to move forward, as a circle is going to be out there. Baron, the M24 action again strikes up.
Well, definitely, and it is going to be a troublesome situation moving forward. So we were talking about NRC, and as we have been seeing, I mean, the players are going down one by one, and as you said, Ocean, it is going to be up to the other teams. If they can spot the individual lad from NRC surviving, they spot him out, they can pick him off. But I think the speed at which the players are falling down, it can potentially now Shusti to get a lot of placement points for the team. I mean, look at this. So XB Rangers right now in the same compound as the players from Team Seal9, they do not want to let him go. Their crosshairs keep going back to where should see its position, and I think that allowed the opportunity for Bond to rush to get into the back lines, but Inky is going to take down Gringer, and now Bond to rush in a troublesome situation.
Well, they are in a troublesome situation, but look at this now as DMZ. The thing is, all the teams that are surviving, most of them do not have good kill numbers, or they are just trying to start up. These are 18 players that are just surviving out here. So if you want to win and with those good kill numbers, you'll have to obviously get those kill points for yourself. S9, they just have one kill for themselves. Again, the number is not a lot. I have to talk about this one. But hey, on to the other side, NRC does get eliminated on the 7th spot with 2 kills. Well, this is not good though, but it's going to get them 3 points, 2 for the placement. It's going to get them 4 points, if anything. So that's just one thing we're talking about. S9 Monkey. Oh, he goes down by Jelly. That was brilliant. Now they know the locations, and now some good throwables. If they do have that, they might as well just take one on. But hey, they do spot the legs onto the other side. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. But Jelly, oh, he's really low right now. Needs to pop up a first aid and then move forward.
Well, definitely, and popping up the first aid is going to be really, really important. Need that HP to keep moving forward, as you saw. Whoa, that went right through the gap.
Yeah, M16 action, the tap in the gap, and it just takes one down. So, another revive coming up from Munke. Yes, it is, but Jelly also needs a revive. But the thing is, the circle is with S9. Can they get another chicken dinner? Because talking about S9, they started off the day with a chicken dinner. If they get Miramar as well, one last Erangel, and they might just contest for the top position again. So Seal9, they have to just be out here. They obviously have to watch their backs. Wally has 3 first aids. Oh, Junior goes down. Will he go for the kills? Will he go for the kill? That's the main thing. I mean, he can take those kill points.
Well, definitely, and picking up those skill points is going to be important. I mean, points are going to be coming their way, but look at this. Array is quite close to the players of SDMZ, fires blindly inside the smoke, and he misses a few opportunity that was in front of him. But Seal Volley from the back lines, Ocean, exactly as you said, caused a bit of trouble for the players of XB Rangers, picks them off and dies to the blue zone.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that he had to do. At that moment, he could not do anything. He knows that if someone can spot the other opponents, they can spot him as well, so he wants to get those kill points for himself. But hey, Vincent goes down. Brilliant! Alright, that was a brilliant spray that's coming out from him, and now he needs to do much more damage. Well, he puts up a smoke right now. He needs to get inside the circle, those 4 meters. It's important. Opex Toxin takes on B2. Krieger will be finishing him out as well as DMZ. Alright, his skill did not come to him. That's one thing. I mean, he did do the damage, but the finishes, the last laugh was not on him. Can he get the last laugh in the game? That's the most important thing though, and now he does. Well, Array, he does get the first one for himself, and Opex does get eliminated. Seal9, meanwhile, he does spot them with an off angle, takes down 1, takes down 2. Myunke surviving, but for how long can he survive? This is a 1v4 situation. SDMZ Esports might as well win this one, as the zone is going to be the second villain in the life of MAKPEN right now, as 4 players, it's a 1v3 situation. 4 players are surviving, but it's 1 from S9, and this is going to be 3 from SDMZ. Somehow, they can win this game by a 4 kills and 15 for the placement. Going good with the grenades, The nade parade is right onto the underlines of S9 Myunke, and his location has been dished out. If there's a miracle somewhere, he wants to steal that. He wants those points for himself. Well, Jelly, a bit of a damage was done on Jelly, and that does actually not dish out his location, but ending by a grenade.
Yeah, that is impressive. That is an impressive matchup, and it was really chaotic the way the final fights took place. But, ladies and gentlemen, the winner chicken dinner being handed over to the players of SDMZ Esports. And look at this, just 4 kills.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? They had 3 kills previously, 1 final play. They needed those numbers, but they started off slow in the fights.
Yeah.
They did do some fights. You remember, Array's kill was stolen from to the other side, and all those things happened. So, almost 1,000 damage, 939 damage, almost 1,000 damage, but 4 kills is what they have right now.
I mean, so this is where things change. Not every single time do you have to knock someone and finish them off. Sometimes it is just about you anchoring your position and you holding to what you have, and that is what was required for SDMZ.
Yeah, and they got it. They got it in the best ways. The way they took up those fights and everything. So when we talk about SDMZ, I would say the team did good. I would say the team did brilliant for themselves. But Seal9, again, a good game. That's what they have now.
That is what they have, and I think this is the first decent match, not a good game we have seen from NRC. But even in this, they managed to survive, so those placement points will come their way. Let's have a look at the MVP of this game. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Wally from Team Seal. First, in the previous match, it was Baron, and now Wally.
7 kills by this individual. 7. Just think about that one. And 619 is the healing done.
Yeah.
Well, he's dialing up the area code of Rey Mysterio for sure. But 1 to 4. Like, talk about this one. So many players we saw, healing numbers are increasing. Previously, what it was 330, then it was 500 plus. Now it's 600 plus.
Well, definitely.
Healing numbers at a bigger rate.
That is the thing, right? With every single match, things are getting more intense, and the way teams are taking fight, it's getting really, really bloody. But let's have a look at the top players of this match, ladies and gentlemen, and see the other lads who were really impressive.
Wow. Toxin with 7 kills of his own, Array with 4, Baron with 3. Alright, so SDMC, the team had 4 kills, and all were with 1 lad.
Well, definitely. All kills coming in for Array. And Array's positioning, I think, was the reason behind that.
Yeah, I mean, his positioning was one main reason behind that. I would love to say one thing about this one as well. All the players that were in the top players list, everyone had like, what, 22 plus minutes of survival time.
Exactly. Let's have a look at the rankings of this game and see how many points were actually collected by all the teams.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but
90. All right.
19, 18, 18, 16, 13. That's how it is. But XP ranges. So this is what I was saying. Look at this. NRC Esports, they did get eliminated in the 7th position, but 2 placement, 2 kills, that gets them 4. So 46 is what they will be up at right now. So now SDMZ and Seal, like Seal might have a good chance for themselves to just, move forward.
Well, definitely. And talking about moving forward, let's have a look at 9 to 16 right now. And here it is. So Max Legends getting 3 points, Bear 3 points, MAKPEN 3 points, NoChance still 0.
Yeah, I mean, NoChance. The big blunder that happened, right? It was a 1v1 fight. They could have taken that, but all of them decided to actually revive. That was in the favor of OPMF for sure, because they survived that fight. But NoChance, had he taken that 1v1 fight, he might as well just, because he did try to loft one grenade, but the grenade bounced back. That kind of just changed everything.
Yeah, that changed everything. And we've seen things like that happen again and again. So positioning yourself properly before using that utility is really, really important. And being really precise with the moment of release. Because even in this match, we did see an opportunity wherein you have a player sitting 5 feet in front of you, trying to throw a nade, but you overcook it so much, it blows up in your face, it does so much damage that one bullet from an opponent just takes you down. And you have to worry about that. But let's have a look at the damage histograph, ladies and gentlemen, because, I mean, it is also going to be really, really interesting. And as we do see, Team Seal, they were fighting for so long in this game.
So Today there's one change as compared to all the other days when we talk about damage and all. Teams in the middle order, not exactly the middle order, but teams, the chicken dinner teams are not getting much damage. They are playing it smartly. They're trying to go for the placement points and also trying to survive longer so that the regression does not happen on them. But teams in the middle order, kind of they are just putting up really good fights. 12 kills by Team Seal. Think about this: 12 kills, and they were at what, on the 5th and 6th position, something like that. Obviously, they did go for a jump for themselves, but had it been even better, they could have ended the game at what, like a 16 kill chicken dinner, something like that.
Well, definitely, and it is going to be important for the team to actually get those placement points moved to the chicken dinner position, as you were talking about it, because otherwise you will have to take the risk of getting these 12 kills in every single game to make up for it. And well, as we all know, getting 12 kills in every single game is harder than getting a chicken dinner.
Exactly. I mean, that's one thing, but the way the players play, like they did create good moments for themselves.
Exactly, and those moments we're going to see in the open moments, ladies and gentlemen, and well, let's see them.
Yeah, I would just talk about the initial fights against SDZ, the fights that happened. WMG was out here as well. But, again, slowly and steadily moving up forward. This is what you were talking about, right? The grenade that actually just blew up on the base. So, yeah, that did happen out here. So, you kind of need to just, use it. But talking about this fight, and look at this. How NoChance started it, how much of a momentum did they have? They started everything good, but now once Kazi goes down, the team slowly and steadily just falters just a bit. And now Kenzo, he thought up of it like he will take up a good fight, but on to the other directions, the fights just went away from them.
Well, definitely, and talking about fights going away, we talked about this NoChance versus OPMF, as you said. It was an interesting situation, but NoChance did not expect how things were going to end over there, and OPMF as well. So there were a lot of third parties happening in this area.
Yeah, that's one thing. And talking about WMG Brad, he would, see, he spotted down the players. He did try and take one down. He did end one player, but the off angle something. Look at this. He spots one, takes one down, continues spraying and finishes one, but as soon as the final bullet hits him, he also just takes one down onto the other side. So that's just one thing that just happened. As then Munke goes down, like so in the final moments, you can see what happened is, playing smartly in the open areas kind of was helping you. Well, Array does take one down, but that kill was stolen, but now he takes another one down, and he was the only ladder that had all the kills for the team.
Well, definitely, and I mean, just getting some kills along with the chicken dinner is always going to be important, right? Because, well, 15 turns to 19, every single point counts. And now, I mean, it is going to be interesting to see how close can they be. Let's have a look at the overall standings for that. And what I want to see, how much difference
46. Wow.
Yeah, 46, and this 3 points is C9.
SDMZ, if they get another chicken dinner, they can also contest for the top position. I mean, talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, a chicken dinner or finish in the top 3, get a few kills, and well, you're on your way. But, I mean, it also is really interesting. I mean, because for this scenario to build up, NRC had to fail down in this game.
For the previous game, Seal Esports had 10 kills. This game, they have 12 kills, total 22.
Yeah.
SDMZ, they have 10 kills till this game. So talking about Team Seal, they are the only team as of now that is trying to go really aggressive.
Yeah, definitely. And it is paying off really, really nicely for them. But, I mean, looking forward to the other things, I mean, let's move forward and have a look at 9 to 16 of the standings as well. And, well, again, Max Legends, Bear, MAKPEN, NoChance.
And 187.
And 187. And DENO as well, again.
I mean, again, these teams are 11 to 16. I don't know what or how is it happening. The teams that were in the central lines, in the middle orders in the previous week, they are going up really good. And Max Legends, the team with maximum chicken dinners previously, they are kind of a bit faltering. So it's just changing the momentum of all the areas.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, things are changing a little bit, and I think changes are going to keep on happening. Because now with day number 1, ladies and gentlemen, we are, well, 3 games are over. We just have 1 more match to go. And before that matchup, I mean, it is going to be really interesting to see how things actually change, in fact, in that matchup. But before we move on to the last game of the day, we're going to take a very short break. So just stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2021 South Asia Wildcard Regional Finals. My name is Orange Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk it is Ocean Sharma, and well, we just appeared out of nowhere.
No, we were here only.
Yeah, we were here only.
We were here only because that's one thing. But still, I want to see if a team appears out of nowhere in the final game and just gets that. Because right now, if you talk about
like we did with Magic.
Yeah, or something like that. See, we were still talking about Max Legends, MAKPEN, DENO, Team Pair, 187, the teams that were at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
One good game, and even if one match can get them to top 5, that's how close the other points are. Talk about that, 46, 46, 43, top 3 as well.
Exactly, and plus, I mean, since you're talking about teams like Max Legends, we have seen that team time and time again be really, really aggressive. So they can cover up the distance and I would say move into the top 7, the top 6 with just one game.
They can, that's true, they can, but that was a different time. Now I just feel it like this, right? That was a different time. This is even different. Yeah. And that's how the things are going down for the players. Because they would have thought of it, right? Yeah, we'll get a good game. But now looking and judging at it, they're like, whatever we do, our teams have a backup plan against that.
Exactly. The teams have prepared and the preparation is pretty deadly. But who do you think is going to be getting the chicken dinner in this last match of the day, ladies and gentlemen? Do let us know. I mean, you can spam the name of the team in the chat. And with that, I mean, this last game is going to be really interesting because now we were talking about the momentum being established, but it is a tough situation within the top 5 right now since there is not that big of a difference. After the first 2 games, NRC, well, yes, they were leading the charge, but NRC just failing in the last match was the only opportunity that Seal9 and Team Seal needed to catch up.
I mean, that's how it is. If just talk about this one, Team Seal9, Team Seal, yeah, they needed to catch up and they did catch up.
Yeah.
And that was all because of NRC going down. Imagine if NRC was just like I said, if they would have been in top 3, they would have again created a difference. Now, given the fact they just got 4 points, whilst the other teams were getting a lot more points, and that just kept them all together. Still they're at the top position. Yeah. Still nothing taken away from them. But if we still talk about this one, I mean, this is going to be a crucial game in top 3. So NRC again will have to perform, like outperform or something.
Exactly. They will have to outperform themselves in the first 2 games because out of the 2 games, they were in the top 3 both of the time, but they only managed to finish with a chicken dinner once. So they have to get a chicken dinner and then make sure they get a lot of kills as well. Yeah. And in doing so, they have to make sure that Team Seal and Team Seal 9 get taken out earlier on in this match.
I mean, that's kind of a thing.
Yeah, that is the thing that needs to hold true for the team. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the match is live right now, so we're going to have the trajectory of the plane in front of us.
Starting off from the back sides of George Pole to military bases where we are going up right now. That means if we talk about the areas around Pochinki, teams can go Gatka, Query, Ferrypier. I want to see what about the teams at Yasnaya. Like, how do they play these teams at 70? Like, we talk about Max Legends, they like to go to 70. In the previous game, they were in 70. And if you remember, OPMF, they started off at Yasnaya in the first Erangel. Like, are they going to be changing themselves dynamically? That's one of the most important questions. And judging by the looks of it, Max Legends is starting up already.
Well, definitely, and it is going to be quite an interesting situation that Max Legends, how are they going to cope up with the level of aggression that we do usually see from the teams that land in the northern part of Erangel. But, I mean, also an interesting thing is going to be the fact that Team Seal, this time they're going to have an easy entrance on the military island. They won't have to rotate. They can just straight up drop to the location. How fast can they loot and get out of there? Because that is where teams find the most trouble, right? Crossing from the military island to the main island. But if the circle forms over them, if the circle is going to be a military island circle, then, well, they're going to be in a lucky situation. The stars have aligned and this could be their chicken dinner.
I mean, this could be the chicken dinner, probably not so much because every team would like to contest and everything will be happening. So that's one thing that we still have to just think about it. Yeah, we can make possibilities. We can make we can make things about this one in the sky, but execution, it's still a different story. Talking about the circle right now, it does have military base though. But I don't think so that there's going to be a hard shift. There's not going to be a hard shift. It might just go to the upper direction of like onto the sides of SDZ and NRC, somewhere between those 2 areas, those 2 teams like Pochinki to Ferrypier, something in the middle there. That's one thing. But XB Rangers, they have a good area inside the circle. You can see Gatka is empty. So if a team wants to contest Gatka right now, they can, and they can just stay out there like those 6-7 houses in the central lines of Gatka. That's going to be a good area for themselves.
Well, it is definitely going to be a good area, but I mean, I agree with you. The circle being split actually does provide some opportunity and take some away. It is going to be a troublesome situation for the IGLs to actually decide where this is actually going to take them. But for now, I mean, they can relax for a bit. It's the early stages of the game. But talking about early stages, I mean, we do see collisions happen in the early stages as well. And Born to Rush, there was a team quite close to them, but for now, they have been left all alone, and the other team that we saw on the map has actually gone in the other direction. So, from a situation that could have gone south really, really fast, Born to Rush find themselves in the most ideal situation that you would want yourself to be in. But same can't be said for Team Bear, as Arimon is going to be caught up to by the players of WMG in the middle of nowhere. He's going to be knocked out. They stop the car in his face, and then they finish him.
Well, that did happen. As we can see, first blood did happen. But if you just look onto the other side, 62 players did join. So there's one player from each team or something like that that did not join the lobby. So there are a few teams that are playing with 3-man squad.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So it is going to be interesting to see how those squads actually manage to keep up. Because if you are going to go a 3-man squad route, you have to pace yourself and just like stay hidden in the early stages of the map. Don't fight it out before the 5th circle. Just survive till the 5th circle and then go into those fights.
Yeah, but in these kind of matches, sometimes it becomes a thing, right?
Yeah.
No team gets eliminated till the 5th circle as well.
And survival is the hardest part.
Yeah, survival is the hardest part in these kind of games. And plus, one thing as well, in the when the points matter a lot, because if you are surviving, right, in those situations, in the high pressure situations, when the points matter a lot, because if you try to survive, you somehow make a small mistake and that creates a big difference.
Well, definitely, and it is the difference between them that can actually break the cycle that we are seeing right now, and it is going to be quite interesting. So 4 minutes in, not enough action in this game apart from just one player being picked off, and other than that, I mean, Team Seal always have a pretty fun time in the Military Island. So we have been talking about it since the group stages. How many teams do we see in the Military Island, Ocean?
I mean, it's Team Seal always. Like they always stay there. If you remember, they went to Military Island the first day, and the second day they did not. Like the second day when they were playing, they did not go. Like we were talking about this, right? Military Island used to be empty for a few while, but then they realized that they need to get the best out of this opportunity, and they started going to the Military Island. That was good. Talking about 187, the team that is just right now not running the charts as of now. So they would want to give the best of their games into this one, because this again is important. We can say, right, this game is important for every team, every player, and everything. But still, there will be eliminations. Still, there will be fights. So it all just comes down to how you spot, how you make the best out of your utilities, how you try to go with everything. Because again, the fights and everything, it's so close. Only two teams from here are going to be the ones that actually qualify for PMPL Season 3, and that's where you get to meet the likes of Zeus Esports. I mean, whenever we'll say wildcard, everyone's gonna just remember that name.
Well, definitely, and everyone is going to remember that name, not just Wildcard. I mean, you say the Global Championship, then they're still going to remember it, because that is where they put themselves literally on the map of the international stage of PUBG Mobile, just competing, going toe-to-toe with the best teams in the world and proving that they are one of the best teams in the world. But moving forward, I mean, that is what we were talking about, right? These teams having the same opportunity to do that. But in order to get to that stage, you have to finish in the top 2 over here, move to the PMPL, put yourself in the pole position over there, and then you get an opportunity to move forward.
I mean, yes, that's how it sometimes becomes, right? That's how it stays when we talk about the games and we talk about the stuff that relates to the games, right? So that's one thing. But talking about Gatka, just as I was saying, the Gatka is going to be a really open area, and it's going to be up for contestation. XB Rangers just moving on to the sides of Gatka. This is where, if you remember, first day's last match ended in the Gatka's backside open area when it was SDMZ. It was MAKPEN's Momo, the 1v1v1 maximum standoff that was happening. So that's just one thing. But now as we look at NRC, I don't know why NRC is choosing this one, but you can see how the players are for NRC. 2 players onto the sides of Ferrybeer, 2 players on the sides of Primos, and once they reunite, that's only when they can take up a fight. Imagine if someone goes down on Pablo or Amar. it might just be bad for those two players.
Well, previously, I mean, for NRC, since all the 4 players would just stick towards the Primorsk area, it would have been easier for them to actually regroup and create an opening. We're talking about openings.
Whoa.
One of them, well, Born to Rush, they build an opening for themselves as they take down one of the players from OPMF. They lost out on one of their own, and they lost out on a second of their own. So they overcommitted to 1 knock, and now they're in so much trouble.
This is how fights, just change up with the pace. Talk about B2R, they also just, went down with 2 of their players. And talking about OPMF, well, OPMF also needs up that cover for themselves because 2 casualties on all the directions. But conversion rate, I want to see which team gets onto that one, the best side. But Nisal is going to go onto the back end side, just go for revive, and Horse was on low HP as well. So I would say right now revive should just come down, and Krieger, well, he wants to go for the confirmation. Sounds like it, but he does not know if there's danger around or if it's not. I mean, that's one thing that he obviously has to look forward to. B2R Horse still just out here trying to make a cover for himself onto these miniature houses and those, used up vehicles and something like that. But now Nisal, he gets spotted down from the other direction as well. As you can see, OPMF's players, they're just out here. Shots are being taken, but no damage done.
Well, definitely no damage being dished out, and it is quite interesting to see how both the teams are going to manage to get away from this scenario. Chenko on the other side is going to be finished off, so OPMF just being a little bit too further away from each other. The team is going to get punished. Born to Rush put themselves in an advantageous situation, just lose out on 1 player and the entire team walks away, but the action is breaking out on the other parts of the map, and it is going to be super, super exciting to see how things are going on over there. Over here, I mean, OPMF, the 2 players, all they have to do is just hold on. Don't get the attention of the players of Born to Rush as to where exactly you are. Because since the 2 players, look at this, it's going to be a 3v1 and then a 3v1. Could be a squad wipe coming in.
It could be easily. It could be a squad wipe just coming in. We talk about the circle. It goes on to a northern shift. Just like we were saying, it does not seem like a military-based circle. It was not at all. So now, MAKPEN is taking a fight against XB Rangers. And talk about MAKPEN. This is somehow, it kind of seems like a totally different MAKPEN. So I want to see, like, I don't know. I want to know, like, what went wrong with the players. Like, it's still those players. It's still the same synergy. They're still doing the same things as they were doing previously. But, like, what has changed? What has changed up with the players' mentality? Because obviously they want to go for the fights, but the fights are not turning up in their favor.
Well, definitely. The fights are not turning out in their favor, but you have to make sure that you still find a best case scenario in the worst possible moments. And, well, if you can manage to do that, you might as well walk away with some points. Because, alright, so we have been saying, I mean, today is going to be the momentum setting day. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is just the first day of the finals. We still have 4 more days to go after this one. So there's going to be opportunity for the lads to actually try and bring themselves back in this tournament. But, well, talking about this match, MAKPEN's Aladdin, it looks like he's going to be taken out. And he gets spotted out in the middle of nowhere by the players of NoChance. And Cocktail is going to get the knock and the finish on Aladdin. Oh, Anka actually finishes them off.
Yeah, Anka does finish him off from the other side, and now Cocktail is going out there, just going to go for the loot, and then just going to move up forward onto these areas as where it sounds like they have a good area for their vehicles to just stay parked in onto those areas. Anka is now moving up again onto with his own teammates. WMG Brat meanwhile goes down by Snipey. Alright, SDC sounds like it. They're also looking for good fights onto themselves, and now Anka again just has to move up against onto the areas, and by the looks of it, he's just trying to scout good areas for himself. And the way he's moving up forward, alright, I thought he might just go onto the sides of for XB Rangers, but WMG Taco, well, he needs a revive, and he needs it right now. The grenade from Michelle, they might just do some damage onto him. Alright, well, he gets a revive.
Well, they can do a damage. I mean, Mifsal just needs to reposition her where he's throwing the nade, and it is going to be a troublesome situation afterwards. But WMG, if they get the revive going, this is going to be a recoverable situation for them. Mifsal has been spotted out. Spider trying to land the shots on Mifsal with the AKM in his hands. Is he going to be able to do that? Plus, they need to worry about the position of MAKPEN as well, because MAKPEN, they have a really good point from where they can actually flank the players of WMG and take them out.
That's true, but talk about WMG Sengi. Right next to the place of Max Lennon, they still have to take up a good fight, but WMG right on to the other side as well. Like, talking about WMG, they are caught up in the open. They should not be in the open. That's one thing that they have to just, change up with everything. Almost 12 minutes into the game, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and we will be seeing a fight slowly and steadily. We still have all the 16 teams just surviving right now, and an airdrop is just arriving onto the other direction. But if we just talk about everything, fights still have to break out. It's still the slot area of that of the map of Erangel.
Well, definitely, and we hardly get to see this, right? That Erangel moving at a slow pace, and that too an even slow pace, because so far no action has been breaking out. But all this means that in the latest series of the match, there is going to be so much chaos, so many fights all happening at once, and it's going to be really hard to keep up with all of them. But, I mean, NoChance, they get spotted out by the players of SDMZ. RA just deciding not to land those shots on his opponents in front of them and just to protect the information that he has.
Yeah, but on to the other directions, as you can see how the players are just out here, but you can see SDMZ Jelly well still trying to spot each other as they can, and SDMZ Sam Array still just trying to make up a good area for themselves. And after this circle is where I can say I might just see a few fights, because third zone just arrives. Third zone is something that just creates some changes in the mentality of the players and everything. Bear Xerox takes down Opex and Marco, and Unknown goes down by Bear Suzok. Well, is this a team Bear that we know and love? Because judging by the looks of it, somehow Team Bear is looking really good for themselves. Team Bear is in the fights now.
Well, definitely they are in the fight right now, and they have to make sure that the fight turns out in their favor, because Team Bear, they're not doing so well in the overall leaderboard right now. They definitely need these kills coming in their direction. Xerox in a position from where he can actually target and take on the players of Opex that are right next to them. But now, since they see the players of NRC on the opposite side of the hill, they have to worry about them as well.
They have to. They definitely have to worry about them for sure. But right now, Obitoxin just, trying to take down one by the grenade. I mean, the grenades are just going up and moving up forward onto the other directions. But as you can see, Team Bear Marvel. Well, Arimun did go down previously, but still Team Bear is looking really good. Oh, that would have been a good one if that would have connected. Now they're trying to take a fight against NRC somehow.
Well, definitely, and this fight is also going to be quite interesting, because the potential for the third party is still going to be there. Opex, Munsif, his health is low. Toxing is just trying to hide it. So they've covered themselves from an angle from where NRC is not going to take them on, but they still have to worry about the Team Bear. If Team Bear actually managed to get behind these rocks, then it's a lot of trouble for Opex right then and there.
Yeah, it is true. But onto their directions, you can see NoChance's player. Kenzo does go down. Fantastic. Takes him down with Nemfo. Brilliantly used. Nemfo just out in the situation. Insanity is onto this at SCC, just trying to take and do damage onto the bullet, onto the buggy's tires though. But hey, Cocktail. Oh, that was a good grenade. NoChance gets eliminated. NoChance. No chance left on them. One good grenade to rule them all.
Well, a grenade to rule them all, and well, it did in fact. But NoChance, they get taken out quite earlier on again for the fourth time.
I mean, that's one thing, right? NoChance. Now this time they were the first team to get eliminated. Yeah. So a bad game again. They just get 1 point. That was for the kill. No points for the placement is what they have right now.
All right, so we had two teams that were like default three-man squads. That was MAKPEN and SDMZ. Other than that, DENO, Bear, the Born to Rush, Max Legends, they have lost individual players, and then we have three teams that have lost two players. So it's just individual one or two players being picked off from the teams. There has not been apart from NoChance that we are yet to see those squad wipes coming in, and I think it's about time, because Opex, they were down two players, one more gets picked off. Now Munsif is the last player surviving for Opex.
Talk about Team Seal. Look at this, where Team Seal is. If you just have a look at Team Seal, they have to get inside the circle. The crossing of the bridge is going to be really risky. They cannot use boats because getting onto the other island via foot is going to be another tricky thing. So I want to see how Team Seal rotates. I would love to see how Team Seal rotates in this one.
Same here, and we talked about them in the early stages. They are really lucky they get to land on Military Island without getting contested, but now this is where things sort of take a turn for the worse, right? Because as Team Seal, if the circle is on the main island, you expect them to rotate earlier on, get there before anyone starts to camp that bridge and watch out for those areas. But since they've gone for the late rotation, it can be a 200 IQ play, since now teams won't expect anyone to come from the bridge.
I mean, it can be a 200 IQ play for sure, but now, as you can see, SDC, alright, so the players are going down slowly and steadily, and now XB ranges one good grenade. Will it do the damage? Will it do the job? It was a bit on the left-hand side, but we still have to see. Alright, it does do the damage of 20 though, but it does not eliminate the players. So again, that thing kind of just changes the perspective of how the players are playing, and you can see the cluster of teams that is just forming up out here. In the middle lines, it's going to be Seal 9. Right onto the other side, it's XP Rangers, SDC. They have to cross the areas. Plus, onto the other side, you can see the players of Team Bear that are looking really good.
Yeah, definitely. And Bear, they are in a wonderful position. But for Bear as well, the worst thing that can happen is going to be the squad of NRC. Because that is the only team that can create a tough situation for them. And it is going to be quite interesting to see how actually Bear managed to wake their way inside the circle. But look at this. So SDC, they spotted the players of DENO. Ghostly, his location has been compromised. But SDC themselves, they need to worry about XP Rangers, which they are not actually. Mifsal is taking the shots like... He does not care if there is another team right there. He's like, I see some players. I spy with my little eye at 2 points.
So the best part is Ghosted did get knocked, and he still burst on the tires of the buggy. He's like, you are knocked, but you'll not go there.
There is no way you're getting out of here.
There's no way you will be leaving this area.
Yeah.
That's one thing that happened. But now the circle, it's still out in the open. The players still have to, just look forward for themselves to take up the fights. And you can see a few players, a few teams in this one. What do you call it? The miniature sniper tower or something in these areas is where the few players are. WMG, they need to get in. And SDMZ is on the lower sides. These three players, look at them. Look at them. Look at Sengi.
Yeah.
He has been here since the start of the game, and he's still here. Meanwhile, SDMZ, they just arrive here. They know it. I want his backup to arrive. I want his backup, WMG's backup to create chaos.
Well, definitely. And he's going to be in so much trouble right now. SDMZ, all three players right underneath him. Imagine, he cooks an aid, drops out, and then just throws it in there.
I mean, he can. I mean, he knows he could hear the footsteps. Plus, they can also hear the footsteps of him. But the thing is, they don't want to over-aggress because Max Legends, Samita is also just looking out this direction, and Samita can also shoot if someone goes out in the open. That's one thing. Talking about Seal 9, all the players are surviving. I mean, this game is going to be really slow. It was, but now comes the faster times because you can see we are hitting the 20-minute marker slowly and steadily now.
Well, definitely, and slowly and steadily moving forward in this matchup are all the teams that still survive. 13 teams to be precise, and 35 players, out of which, I mean, Team Bear and NRC, they're doing really well for themselves again, along with DENO. So these three teams, Bear has 6 kills, NRC has 5, and 3 players still remaining. DENO, just one individual lad surviving, but with 5 kills. Oh, C9 could be in some trouble. Look at this. So Mifsal manages to get himself in high ground, and Team Seal are not aware about this. The shots come in. Inky goes down. Myunke is still there, but the vehicle has taken a lot of damage. Mifsal, one nade, and the job is going to be done. He's going to try and pick off the kill right now. Myunke hasn't spotted out. Goes really low. Mifsal still manages to survive with a nade blowing up quite close to him.
Well, the chaos, as we were talking, the chaos has started. The fights have started. Mifsal, he's still onto the other side. Snipe, he has to move up forward as well, as they are outside the circle, but still, 30 meters, I mean, not so much, but it's not little as well. So now is the time of the fights that's going to be happening. Seal Esports, all right, the eliminations are slowly and steadily just arriving, but SDMZ, they get spotted as well. Just as we were talking that, Samita can take the players down. Samita did try, takes one down, but Sengi might as well just finish the job. Look at Sengi. He is cooking up a grenade right from the back end side. He wants to spot up a few players down. All right. Oh, team goes down. All thanks to Max Legend and WMG Sengi.
Yeah, I mean, WMG did a lot of work. Samita just firing those shots inside the smoke, managed to actually connect on the opponent who was knocked out. Picking up a kill. I think WMG is going to be quite upset with that, though.
They will be, but at the end, they do get their kills. That's one thing that they wanted. But WMG Sengi, well, he is on the lower sides. Him getting up again will be a big challenge now, because he would have wanted to just stay there. He's getting shot at. He knows his location is compromised. Now he needs to get back in. I mean, that's how the fights are just going to go. That's how the big brain players are just going to stay.
Well, definitely. And big...
Oh, look at this. Bear Marvel is really close to Snipey. All right.
So,
Snipey did spot him down, but Snipey just ran up forward.
Hey, it's big brain time.
All right, well, all of a sudden, well, I was super excited to see the outcome, and now I saw the outcome. Now I'm just sad.
Well, all right, let's see how this is going to turn out. So they have 11 kills right now. So we were talking about turning things around. We were talking about things just taking a complete 180. Oh! Sanhok just getting a little too overconfident. Mifsol is the last player surviving for SDZ. And Sanhok just got a little too overconfident, was just jumping out in the open. And Mifsol definitely made sure that he was going to punish him.
Drops down the level 2 helmet, goes to the crate, gets a fresh level 3 helmet just to take up the fight. That's brilliant. Now he's moving up forward, spots another one down, and oh, he tried, but well, he gets eliminated. Team Bear still survives. They have 13 kills. The revive will just arrive. They have a plenty of time, more than 30 seconds to revive their teammate, to put up a first aid, to just move forward. Plus, they can loot the crate if they want. They'll find a good level 3 helmet. Sounds like Marvel's going to go for it. And this is how the fight's going to be happening. But look at Mao. He has been spotted down. Everyone knows that there's a vehicle, a shady vehicle out there, so it might as well just take up a few players down if you talk about the fights. But now the thing is, now we are seeing everything going upside down. 187 surviving, Team Bear surviving, MaxLegends surviving, MAKPEN surviving. NRC has 6 kills though.
NRC, they have 6 kills, but if they manage to make it at least inside the top 3. Top 3 is something I think they're going to be looking for right now. Because, well, the difference between them and Seal9 is also there, and Seal9 can potentially catch up if they actually manage to make it further than NRC, so that could be a troublesome situation. But, I mean, let's keep our eyes on Team Bev for now. MAKPEN, all right, Illusion, right on the edge.
NRC's last player is actually just surviving.
Oh, he's hiding in the...
He's onto the undersides. So the thing is, the zone's not going to be his friend. So the survival for the next few moments is going to be just a bit a tricky affair. Well, can the shots be taken? All right, the shots were being taken, but it did not do any damage. That's one thing for sure. Now, he's still surviving out in this one. Still is inside the circle. That's a really good thing, a really brilliant thing, if I will just, talk about this one. Bearsusog, meanwhile, those smoke grenades are being used up on the areas. Just trying to be using them up to the perfection marker. But now, as we talk about this one, 23 minutes, 30 plus seconds into the game. MaxLegends, Dilla goes down by Seal9, taking a fight, and MAKPEN spells and takes on 187's Nare. So 187, again, they'll have to look forward to how they can take the fights. But MaxLegends, look at this cluster of smokes the players are creating. I mean, the smokes are good, but they also dish out your location.
Well, the location has definitely been dished out, but Bear Marvel, he is, once again, as you said, so it is big brain time, right? And Marvel manages to get himself outside of the smoke. He is trying to see if he can be deceitful and deceive his opponents into thinking that, oh, I'm going to be inside the smoke, but I'm actually hiding in the grass. Down to the 6 teams. Oh, whoa, 187. They're still a 4-man strong in this game. They have everyone in front of them, and this could be the opportunity they need. So look at this. How close Marvel is right now to the players of MaxLegends, and none of them know where he is. One good grenade and a few shots, and MaxLegends, well, they are not going to exist in this matchup anymore.
Probably they are not going to exist in this match, but now Bear Marvel, he needs to go for the smokes as of now, just needs to create cover. The best part is this guy has 9 kills. I want to see him getting double digits. Bear Marvel, this individual has 9 kills. Imagine the kind of chaos he can create.
Well, definitely it can create a lot of chaos, but is the man going to be allowed, is he going to be given the opportunity to actually do that? I think that is a big question. Double
kills, like 9 kills is what he has. Just think about it. But now he is trying to play against the off-angular areas for himself, and this might be a problem for at least one player of MaxLegends, as you can see. NRC just trying to, just jump up for the circle, but the zone, will the zone allow him? That's one thing. Oh, Marvel takes down one. Marvel does take down one. He takes down MaxLegends there, but now the way he is moving up forward, will that be good or bad? As you can see, a good bait on Marvel. Marvel goes down right now. And that is going to be a bad thing, as Bear Marvel might as well just be finished right from the back end side, as it is going to be something that is happening, and Jace is moving up forward, but Mahu just moving up again onto the areas, but he gets finished down. Samita moving up forward. Bear Marvel gets finished with 9 kills in his pocket.
That is what we said. We did not want to happen. And no! Xerox is going to be taken down. He runs in front of somebody. And Nine picks up the kill.
What?
How is this game going to end?
Playzone takes down that just like in top 5, and that's where he is.
Yeah.
Now, 187, MAKPEN Illusion still surviving. 187's out here. Will this be a turning event? MAKPEN, can they get their first ever chicken dinner? They did not get in the previous week. Now when the scores reset, now when we are in the regional finals, can they actually start it off? Team Bear gets eliminated. We are down to 3 teams. MAKPEN surviving with 2 players. One needs a revive. 187 as well, and Max Legends. All the teams that were in the bottom table.
Yeah, and MAKPEN started this game with a 3-man squad. They were only a 3-man squad in this matchup, and they have managed to bring themselves inside of the top 3 right now. 187 in front of them. Max Legends in a lot of trouble as Jay is really, really low. Samita is the last player surviving from Max Legends. And oh no, 187, they spot out Pelzang. 2 players knocked out. Illusion, the last man surviving. MAKPEN, they get finished off. 187 is the only team that's remaining.
Well, MAKPEN, they do get finished on. It's a 1v3. It's a 1v3 situation. Might not be in the favor of Samita, but if Samita does go for a big brain play, it might as well just change the course of the game. Those players are just out there. Oh, no, Samita did spot down 1 player. Does not have a backpack. Has Uzi and M4. Has to do everything with these 2 weapons only. Last 26 bullets. Samita did go for a reload. The reload happened till 26 only. That means these are the last 26 bullets that are there with Samita. I mean, there's a crate right next to Samita. Can Samita actually just, take the bullets if she actually finds it? I mean, that's how it should be. 26 bullets, and the crate is just out there, but the crate's just a bit in the open, so it might just be a tease or something. Samita is inside the circle. The players have to move it inside the circle. Those 26 bullets. How is she going to play this game? It's going to be really important, but no, she gets spotted on. 187 gets this win.
Yeah, as I said, 187, they're going to be the last team surviving in this matchup, and well, they were. They get themselves an amazing winner chicken dinner, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in with 6 kills, 21 points in total, and they bring themselves up to top 10.
From 16th position
From
to
16th, yeah.
10th position. One good game.
And I think that was them and MAKPEN as well, because MAKPEN also did really well in this game. And then Team Bear as well. Team Bear, they went crazy. They went absolutely insane.
Double-digit game. I mean, Bear, I don't know, because one last player, Jay, did go down. I want to see if Bear gets that kill. Does he make it to 10 or does he stay at 9? Because he will be the MVP for sure.
Exactly.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. And it is Marvel. 10, 10 kills, 68 kills done. So you were saying like, oh, everyone is like all the MVPs, everyone is healing so much. He's like, all right, I won't.
No, so now we are seeing the old Team Bear.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to say. It's a bit late, but it's a bit early given the fact that they have a lot of days to play again.
Yeah, exactly. And I would love to see, how things have changed. But before we move on and have a look at the standings and all that good stuff, we're going to have a look at the top players of this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And it is going to be Marvel from Team Bear, followed by Sanhok from his team.
And talking about Samita and Jay, 3 and 4 kills for themselves.
Yeah.
They obviously had a good survival time for themselves. Obviously, did not survive till the end. I mean, when the game ended, that was the end that Samita did survive for. But talking about the thing, look at the Sanhok's damage. It's even higher than Marvel's damage. Think about the damage histogram that they are going to be creating.
It's going to be insane. I mean, look at that. It's a 2200 plus right between these 2 players.
Exactly. 2267, that's just out here in between these 2 players. So if we just talk about everything, it might just, shoot up.
But let's have a look at the standings of this game, because, well, points are where it all comes down to, and points are really, really important. So 24 for Team Bear, even though they were taken out really early on in the game. Imagine if they had the chicken dinner. And do you think they were 4th in this match, but they get the most points? Do you think had Marvel not charged that way on Max Legends, had they been a little bit more cautious in that fight, they could have gotten themselves a chicken dinner.
20 kill game. Easy. Yeah. Easy 20 kill game would have been theirs. Like, easy just out there.
But it happens, right? You have 16 kills. You do so well. You do tend to get a little too overconfident.
Yeah, but then talk about NoChance. I mean, this team, it was a bad game for this team once again. Team Seal 9, Team Seal, obviously they have been playing good.
Yeah.
NRC, I mean, they will still be at the top if anything.
Well, definitely. I mean, feels like they can be in the first position, but I mean, the competition is going to be catching up to them. That is, I think, the thing we'll be looking at. But before all that, let's have a look at the damage histogram of this match. And, well, see, there it is.
2-7-1-7.
to in total. Wow.
2-7-1-7. Think about it.
It's like looking at skyscrapers or a city skyline. I mean, and that is the tallest building in the world.
Yeah, that is the tallest building right now. As you can see, 1798 coming for MAKPEN. Talking about SDZ 1501. Talking about NRC 1253. Talking about Team DENO. Again, so Team DENO goes for good fights, but all that they sometimes lack around is, just maintaining that thing throughout.
Exactly. I think Team DENO, the only thing is they start fighting a little too early. And, well, with that being said, let's have a look at the open moments, because we're going to see when exactly did Team DENO start taking those fights.
We will see that for sure. But Team Miramar, I mean, they
lost one player as soon as the game started.
Yeah, they did lose him. And talking about this the contestation that did happen onto the backside of school, that was one thing. Cocktail went down by that grenade. That was brilliant. So talking about the players and talking about the teams, every team, once they knew that this is going to be like the fifth circle, the arrival of the fifth circle, every team wanted to get a part of the fights for themselves. Like every team tried.
Well, definitely, and every team was going to try, because this was the final game of the day, and it was really, really important to bring yourself back up in the standings so that tomorrow, when you come in for the matches tomorrow, you will have the opportunity to not be really far behind the competition, to have things close enough from where you can actually fight it out.
Yeah, this kind of changed the game against Team Miramar, and after this, this is where the final fights were slowly happening. This is where one more player went down. That was NRC's, Susti by the circle. So, and this is where the ending game was happening. Well, Samita was spotted down in this location, and obviously did go down, and that's where the fights did end against the players, and that was brilliant the way it just happened, right?
Well, exactly, and now I think it is time for us to have a look at the overall rankings of the game, and this is really, really intense. So we started off with NRC actually dominating the entire competition today, but now at the end of day one, ladies and gentlemen, 59 points to NRC, 47 for Seal 9, so NRC is still really far ahead, but from the second onwards is when things get interesting. 47 to 46, then we have 35, 31, 31, 31, and Team Bear as well. Kudos to them. They managed to bring themselves up like magically in this game.
They have the third highest skill point.
And they have 10 placement points in total.
10 placement points, and they have third highest skills. So just think about it, like 21 kill points for themselves. That's brilliant. Talk about the other teams. NoChance, they still need to, be up with their gears. XP Rangers, MAKPEN, I mean, they need to up their game. Obviously, they will be doing that. Team DENO as well, Opex. We talk about that. So teams will be trying slowly and steadily.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, slowly and steadily, everyone is going to be trying to move forward. But let's do a comparison. Let's do a comparison between the teams that are leading the charge right now, the teams on the top two. So NRC Esports versus Seal 9. All right, so we're gonna do that in a little while. But I think it's gonna be quite interesting to see how the teams actually fare up against each other. Yeah,
it was, because it will be, because when we talk about these teams were the ones that were dominating today. Come what may, in their way, they were dominating. Started off with the fights, started off with the chicken dinner, started off with everything. Seal 9 had the first game, then NRC had the second game. And then obviously NRC had a really good third game as well. Fourth game, third game not so much, but still, had good points for themselves.
Exactly. And talking about good points, let's have a look at the stats of NRC and see how they're doing.
Yeah. So see, again, MVP for the first game, that's what see was Pablo with 4, Hazin with 9. But the damage stats is looking really good. Amar with 2 as well. Damage stats is looking really good. 15, 39, 14, 72. The players and survival time. I mean, except Amar. I mean, you can say Amar was a good backbone for the team, because all the other players, they were looking really aggressive. 21 plus minutes of survival time for Hazin and Susti. That's brilliant.
So Amar is the veteran on the roster right now, and we have seen him for a really long time. I think he's the one leading the charge for the team and making all the calls. And when you're doing that, you tend to have less numbers on the board in terms of frags than your teammates, because you are doing a lot over there, just looking at positions of your teammate, looking at positions just like in terms of shot calling. But still, I mean, the team doing well means he's doing his job perfectly. But now let's have a look at the kill leaders, ladies and gentlemen, and see the top fraggers from overall list right now, and it is 2 players from NRC India, Hazin and Susti.
Yeah, Hazin and Susti, 2 players out here, and then from Seal, Wally was out there, and Miramar. Obviously, one good game gets you 10 kills, so 13 kills by this individual. That's brilliant if you just talk about this.
Yeah, definitely. It is brilliant.
He got 10 in 1.
He got 10 in the last game. Before this, he was sitting on 3 kills, and that would be really far in the kill leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. One game can change your team's momentum, your momentum, your mentality. And right now, Team Bear would have been like, yeah, we ended the day good. We can start tomorrow even better.
Exactly. That is the thing that they're going to want to do. Tomorrow, right off the bat, they need to make sure that they're finishing in the top 3 or the top 4, or just like closing the distance between them and the teams in the top 2. But with this, ladies and gentlemen, we do come to an end of day 1 of the regional finals of PMCO 2021 Spring Split Wildcard South Asia region. We're going to come back again tomorrow on the same time. Until then, take care. Good night.